Officials, the jump ball is tapped and controlled by Denver, who will be going left to right as we watch it here in the beginning. In a near turnover, Vanderbilt knocks it away, and the Lakers do take it on the turnover. But Vanderbilt down the other end for a stuff and a steal and score to open game two.
Never had control of the ball, tried to pick it up.
Nikola Jokic will try to get Denver going here as he starts on top of the arc for Denver. He'll get it into the hands of Aaron Gordon around the top now to KCP. They find Jokic on the left wing. Anthony Davis is the matchup here as it was in the first half. Double comes, passes out. Murray's three on its way. No good. Rebound. Lakers secure it. Gave up way too many offensive rebounds in game one. James to Reeves. Three-pointer good, and it's 5-0 Los Angeles to open game two.
They've already done more than they did in the first quarter on Tuesday, Kesty.
They fell so far behind. LeBron James said it used a lot of energy to come back, but not enough to win as Murray comes across the top, had it knocked away, and it'll trickle out of bounds. They're going to say last touch by the Lakers. It'll be Denver Nuggets basketball.
Well, Murray's off to a tough start. Lost the ball, that turnover, and doesn't get his first one to go.
Murray's going to trigger from the far side. Still looking for their first points a minute in. Into Jokic. Now to Murray on the right. He's guarded by Vanderbilt. Gets it to Porter, who lets fly for three, misses, and the Lakers on the boards again as James pulls down the rebound.
I would have thought that ball would have gone to Jokic for the shot.
Here's Anthony Davis against Gordon into the lane. Floater missed it. Davis went for the offensive rebound. Couldn't hang on. Gordon comes away with it. Aaron Gordon into the front court. To our right. Passes through the hands of Porter and out of bounds as Porter was cutting in from the wing. A very sluggish start for Denver here in game two.
It's like the teams changed uniforms from the first game. Denver's playing the way Los Angeles did on Tuesday night in the first half.
And our first foul of the game is Kentavious Caldwell-Pope was defending in the backcourt. We will get called for the first foul. A little bit of backcourt pressure by the Denver Nuggets here. Austin Reeves with 10:32 to go first quarter. Now officials David Guthrie and Brian Forte, a few words for each other before they hand the ball to Reeves with some backcourt pressure coming from Denver. Reeves will get it into D'Angelo Russell, who's been hot and cold throughout the whole postseason. Was cold in game one. Calls for a high screen, gets it, darts to his right, takes KCP to the lane, got the foul, put up the shot, missed it, and Russell will get to the line. That's two on Kentavious Caldwell-Pope.
That's huge. This start, of course, is important for the Lakers, but more importantly, if you're Michael Malone, two quick fouls on KCP. KCP played very well the other night, and he's an excellent defender, and I think he's especially fired up to play against his former team.
Yeah, you're right. His offense has been clutch as Russell misses on the first free throw to the delight of the crowd. Still standing, waiting for the first Denver points. KCP had a playoff career high, tying 21 in the clinch game against Phoenix, and then had 21 in game one of the conference finals the other night.
Bruce Brown on the floor, so we've got a quick substitute. No choice, really, for Michael Malone with two fouls in barely over a minute and a half.
Russell splits the free throw, 6-0. Lakers leading at the start of game two, nearly 2 minutes gone by. Jamal Murray will bounce it in the front court to Gordon inside the arc. Gordon with James defending. Finds Jokic. Quick return to Gordon for the layup. Got it. And Denver's on the board.
Somehow when the ball is in Nikola Jokic's hand, something good happens.
His first assist of the night. D'Angelo Russell missing on a shot. Contested rebound loose. Jokic has it. Nikola into the front court looking. Gets it up to Porter. Now into the corner they go to Bruce Brown. Hits Jokic on the return. AD got a hand on that one. It's a loose ball into the basket. Gordon comes up with it, and Aaron Gordon flushes it for the Nuggets.
Aaron Gordon, very good start. He's active. He didn't play poorly the other night, but he didn't impact the game as much as he's capable of doing.
6-4 Lakers. Austin Reeves harassed out inside the free throw line. They go out to Anthony Davis on the right wing with Jokic defending his big right paw in AD's hand. Now puts a shot over him, but before the shot, there was a foul on Denver.
Got an illegal D, I think. Tony Brothers blew the whistle before the foul call.
Been some question about the defensive setups in these playoffs, not just in game one of the Western Finals.
Well, the Lakers, to me, have been, if there's the biggest defender, it's the Lakers. Anthony Davis, when he's not assigned to a player like Jokic, has just been wandering around the lane, and there wouldn't seem to have been as many defensive 3 seconds called as you would anticipate.
Reeves hit the free throw. Lakers lead 7-4 off the inbound. Russell has it. Russell over to Reeves. The three from the right is good, and the Lakers off to a hot start. They've hit 3 of their first 5.
Austin Reeves is playing so well for this team in the playoffs.
10-4 Los Angeles. Just crossing 9 minutes to go. Opening quarter, game 2, as Murray lifts it on top to Gordon. Gordon looking to facilitate. Holding the ball, still holding. Now into the post. They go to Porter. Porter was fronted, got by his man, lays it up and in. Michael Porter Jr. in the post, drawing Denver within 4. Quick pass down for Davis. Tried to catch and gather at the rim, couldn't. Here's Jokic the other way, 5-on-4 to Brown. Into the corner, Murray. Three-pointer up and in, and Denver is down 1.
Both of these teams so much better when they're running in transition.
10-9 in favor of the Lakers. D'Angelo Russell, left corner, up top to James. Quick pass to Reeves. Catches 2-3, missed it. Rebounded by Porter.
Better pressure that time. Jamal Murray contested that shot.
Denver looking for its first lead. Jokic going over the top to Gordon, but James called for the push in the post, and that's going to get the crowd fired up on the first foul against LeBron.
LeBron's talking to David Guthrie. He's not telling him, I agreed with that call, David.
First team foul against the Lakers. That'll be a side out of bounds from the left sideline for Jokic into Gordon. 8:10 to go in the first quarter. Jokic holding on the perimeter. Jokic now back to the basket against Vanderbilt. Will send it on top to Murray. Shot clock at 10. Back inside to Jokic, who turns and lays it in. So tough to guard that.
Yeah, Jared Vanderbilt's a lot bigger than Dennis Schroeder, but not to guard.
First points for Jokic, giving Denver the lead. Vanderbilt fouled under the basket as he tried to lay it in with his back to the basket. That'll put him to the free throw line at 7:54 to go in the first quarter. Jokic going to pick up. Is that on Jokic or on Porter? Looks like we're getting Michael Porter on the crowd.
Yeah, Tony Brothers is upset. It's because both teams, not one or two players, virtually the entire roster of both teams are complaining on every call. I mean, we're not even 5 minutes into this game. They've heard enough.
Porter thought he was fouled on the last bucket, PJ.
Oh, yeah. He wanted an extra shot. And frankly, part of it is they will give a little more of a leash to LeBron James and Nikola Jokic. You got everybody, even the undrafted guys, the young guys complaining in the first 2 minutes of the playoff game. And the guys that are still working are the best officials in the NBA. So you don't need to be giving them too much grief.
Jared Vanderbilt, hits 2 free throws to put the Lakers in front, 12-11. 7:45 to go in the first. Murray passed it, got it back at the top. Jamal twitch, gets LeBron off his feet, now bounces it down to Jokic, right off the glass and in for Nikola. Quick pass down floor for AD is stolen by Jamal Murray. They tried that twice to no success. Murray sends it into the corner. Porter drives, knocks down the defender, puts up a shot, no good, and it's an offensive foul. It's going to go against Porter on the baseline drive.
And Tony Brothers is telling 2 players this trip down, relax, guys, sit down.
That's 2 fouls on Michael Porter now, so KCP and Porter both with 2.
Michael Porter had a lot to say after the first foul.
He was asking his coaches to use a challenge, not at the 7:26 mark of the first, as Christian Brown, the rookie from Kansas, replaces him.
2 Nuggets, 2 valuable Nuggets already on the bench with a pair of fouls.
13-12 Denver, and a near steal. It's loose, but AD comes up with it. Now he's fouled by Jokic, and they'll say in the act of shooting. They said he had to gather AD, and he'll go to the free throw line for 2.
Well, I like to see that replay. Tony Brothers is not a good official. He's a great official.
They're going to call it on Brown, not on Jokic.
I thought it was on Brown for sure, but I didn't think he was in the gather, but we haven't seen a replay yet.
Anthony Davis, who was living at the free throw line in game 1. First one is up and in. He was 11 for 11, part of his 40-point effort in the loss.
Well, I'm looking across at that scoreboard, Testy. How do you think Michael Malone feels? Because defending without fouling is one of their absolute priorities. They've got 4 fouls already.
And just 1 for the Lakers on the board in the team foul department. Anthony Davis made his first, makes his second, his first 2 points of the night. Give the Lakers a 1-point lead here in game 2. Jamal Murray busts into the front court, defended by Vanderbilt. Passes it off to the right to Bruce Brown, who came off the bench early with the KCP foul trouble. Now to Jokic, baseline right against AD. Back to the basket, into the mid-post. Just so much weight, takes him deep. Pump fakes and got the foul on the way up against AD. He is a load to cover at nearly 290 pounds.
The foul of Vanderbilt or the AD? I think the Vanderbilt, but I'm not sure.
You are correct. It is on Vanderbilt.
Came with a late double. He didn't double right away. He kind of waited till McCullough took a little crab dribble to get closer to the rim, and that's when he came down. And by then, he would split him. If he'd come earlier, he might have been able to get a little trap between he and Anthony Davis.
First one for Jokic is good. He's got 5 points here in the first quarter.
I like Aaron Gordon's activity so far, Kesty, and they're going to need that because they're losing minutes from KCP and Michael Porter. That's offensive minutes also. Aaron needs to be active on the glass and maybe score a little more.
One of the X factors for Denver, averaging 13 points per game in the postseason. Second free throw, Jokic good as well. Baseline cut, James on a great feed from Davis, and the dunk putting the Lakers back in front.
Back door, no help. Bruce Brown was asleep on the weak side, never helped out on the back door.
16-15 Los Angeles, 6:40 to go, first quarter, game 2. Jokic at the top, handoff to Murray, so good at this action, and he buries a three. The dribble handoff killed him in game 1, 3 for Murray. 18-16 Denver. Inside the lane, Reeves. Nice pump fake, puts up the shot short though, and Brown rebounds for the Nuggets. Bruce Brown front court into a trio of Lakers, took it to the rim and finger rolls it in.
Westy, we thought 132, 126 was a big score. This is the old NBA. Doug Moe would love this.
Nice Denver Nuggets. Shout out as Reeves misses from on top, but chases down the long rebound, tried to pass inside, stolen. Jokic has it. No look down court. Pass out on the wing to Murray. Three-pointer, no good off the rim, and rebounded by L.A. D'Angelo Russell brings it into the front court. Down 4 the Lakers. 5:45 to go in the first. Russell pulls up, missed the shot, and a whistle bails him out. Crowd's not going to like that one. As D'Angelo Russell was spading toward his right and got fouled by Christian Brown.
Well, the players are complaining way too much, but they may have a point. We got a lot of fouls for early in the game, playoff game.
3 Nuggets have 2 fouls. Porter, Pope, and Christian Brown as we go to timeout. 5:44 to go first quarter. Denver 20, Lakers 16. You're listening to the Western Conference Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app presented by Indeed.
Saturday, ESPN Plus pay-per-view and Top Rank Boxing present
Take it to another level.
the undisputed lightweight champion Devin Haney defends his title against former champ Vasily Lomachenko.
I am the one. I am the source.
A chess match of elite boxing brilliance.
Haney versus Loma. Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern. Find it on ESPNplus.com/PPV.
Greeny. He is a player who is prone to injury as the season goes on. He's going to wind up being one of the greatest players ever, never to win a championship.
Weekday mornings at 10 Eastern on ESPN Radio. And ESPN Radio Extra Point with Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
Jimmy Butler, is he the closest thing to Kobe?
Kobe's offensive skill combined with athleticism is very different than Jimmy Butler. Like, their games are very different. So, like, the will or drive, those are aspects that, okay, that's one attribute of Kobe, Michael, some other players who have that any player that has a maniacal type mentality, you compare to Jimmy Butler. But the games are not the same.
Right, but
I do
who's
disagree.
closer to Kobe in the game today? As an overall package, who's closer to Kobe?
I don't know if we have a player in the game closer to Kobe today.
So then he would be the closest. So you would agree with the statement.
But I don't know. I don't agree with the statement.
So no one is at all like Kobe
Jimmy
Bryant?
Butler's game does not remind me of Kobe Bryant's.
Okay.
So like, I don't know. I just said I don't know if there's a player in the game that reminds me of Kobe today. But like, Kobe was different.
Coming up Friday, we'll recap Game 2 of the Lakers and the Nuggets and get you ready for Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, ESPNU.
Hi, I'm Israel Gutierrez, host of the podcast ESPN Daily. Every weekday morning, I'll bring you the best sports story you'll hear all day. Today on ESPN Daily, you may remember the beef between Nick Saban and Jimbo Fisher from last year. But today, Alex Scarborough tells us what was behind the bad blood. So follow us and listen wherever you get good podcasts.
Jim Basketball from the Granger studio, reminding you to log on to @ESPN, @NBA on ESPN Radio to vote in our AutoZone poll. Tell us who's going to get in the zone tonight. Anthony Davis, LeBron James, Nikola Jokic, or Jamal Murray. In the Zone is brought to you by AutoZone. It's time to say goodnight to that check engine light with the free AutoZone Fix Finder service that'll help troubleshoot the likely cause of your light for free. Restrictions apply. Get in the zone, AutoZone. And Kesty with the Nuggets up 4 early. Keep in mind, LeBron seeking to avoid trailing 0-2 in a playoff series for the first time since the 2018 finals against the Warriors. He's 3-5 in playoffs when trailing 0-2, but 2-0 in the conference finals.
And, Jim, they have not lost back-to-back games in this postseason. Both teams, PJ, shot 54% at least and 45% from three in game one. Denver's picked up where they left off.
Yeah, they really have. They're shooting 67%, 8 for 12 after a really rough start with a couple of turnovers and some missed shots. But what has to concern them is the foul trouble. There's just too many fouls. I'm sorry. This is an excellent officiating crew, but got 3 guys with 2 fouls already. Game's just starting. You got to kind of let them play a little bit. You tighten it up. But it's and this is a major problem because it's what the Lakers excel in. That was, I don't know if you heard the twangs, but that was D'Angelo Russell. That's the 8th free throw attempt already for the Lakers going through, and it's pretty one-sided already.
Well, the first substitution, Schroeder is in for Vanderbilt, who got the start as Russell hits both free throws. So the Lakers with that smaller 3-guard lineup on the floor right now. 20-18 Denver. Jokic has it. 5.5 to go in the first. On top against AD. Dribble handoff Murray. Back to Jokic. Free throw line. Double covered. Passes to Gordon. Fading baseline jumper. Overshot the rim right into the arms of LeBron.
Air ball. Baseline jump shot.
LeBron gives it to Schroeder. Shows and goes. Darts down underneath and dribbles out to the left corner with Jokic. Got a mismatch here. Schroeder going against Jokic into a double team. Lost it out of bounds. Will they say it was touched by Denver? They will.
Bruce Brown deflected the pass for sure.
Shot clock's at 9.
And he saved him from getting a 3-point shot in the opposite corner.
It will be Russell to inbound. Crowd didn't like the review overhead. Inbound to Reeves, 8 to shoot. Reeves across the top, now has an eye for the rim. Goes deep, tried to feather it in, couldn't. Out of bounds to Denver.
Just missed that, or a Nugget get a hand on it because it looked like he was all the way to the rim.
I think he just got into too much traffic. Yeah, and came up a little short. Bruce Brown into the front court. Rui Hachimura was one of the defensive stalwarts in the second half comeback. We'll check in next dead ball. First Jokic, early double, passes out. Brown on the left. To the other Brown, Christian Brown missing a 3. Missed it, tip ball to the corner. Christian Brown tries to save it, deflects it. Now AD saves it on the baseline, heads into the crowd. 4-on-5 Lakers. Into the corner, D'Angelo Russell. 16 to shoot. He'll pull for 3 and connect. A one-legged triple defended nicely by Bruce Brown.
That was one of those no. Good shot, D'Lo.
Puts the Lakers in front by 1. Here's a pass, an errant pass by Jokic. Rare, but Brown recovers. Now goes into deep and gets rejected by AD. Lakers running again. Russell pulls in transition from 3 and missed it. Rebounded by Denver.
Not a good decision at all. He had LeBron James with him. Assistant coaches on the LA bench all up. They were not happy with that. Missed the tip. Brown missed the tip.
Bruce Brown missed a 3, and Christian Brown missed that tip on the other end. And now a whistle and a timeout called by Darvin Ham in the midst of transition. I don't think he liked those last 2 transition plays.
He absolutely did not. D'Lo was very lucky he made that first 3 because that was early in the clock. And that second transition right now, they were not happy with that shot at all.
Lakers do have the lead. Timeout Los Angeles, 3:56 to go. Quarter number 1, game number 2. It's 21-20. Lakers lead the Nuggets. This is the Western Conference Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app presented by Indeed.
Did you miss Canty and Carlin?
Canty, you're quite possibly the biggest Lakers fan here at ESPN. you bleed the purple and gold.
Gabe, I'm literally the biggest Lakers fan at ESPN. there is no bigger
no
Lakers.
bigger.
Hell, we don't have any
Very
bigger
true.
former Laker players at ESPN. I am the biggest Lakers fan at ESPN.
Canty and Carlin, weekdays at 3 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. The Low Post Podcast with Zach Lowe.
As expected, Jaylen Brown made an All-NBA team, and he will now be eligible for the biggest possible contract he could be eligible for. They are immediately facing a decision. Are we putting all our eggs in this basket? Because I can tell you this, if they go to Jaylen Brown and get cute and be like, I know you're eligible for 35%, but can we do like a 30% and maybe it escalates to 31%? Like, that's not going to go over well.
Check out the Low Post Podcast on the ESPN app or wherever you listen to podcasts. The biggest names in sports are on ESPN Radio.
Tyrese Maxey now joining us courtside. It was a big-time win, man. We let the game kind of slip away from us, but to be resilient like that and everybody make plays down the stretch, that was big time.
Stephen Curry with us here on ESPN Radio.
Honestly, it's hard for a lot of guys on our team because they're capable of contributing, but sometimes the opportunity isn't always there. But the message is stay ready.
Josh Hart is joining us.
6 years I've been waiting to get into the playoffs, man. So I'm not taking it for granted. I'm playing as long as I can, every second I can, and I'm just taking it all in.
Visiting with D'Angelo Russell, I'm a product of my environment. Honestly, I got to brush shoulders with some of the greats and just learned a lot of things from being in their system and their organizations.
Klay Thompson joining us.
I can hear how tired you are, brother.
Oh, PJ, I feel great.
We got another quarter in him.
Great. I don't know about all that.
The biggest names in sports come here. And it all starts weekday mornings with Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max and continues all day. This is ESPN Radio.
Jim Baskell from the Granger studio. We pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Western Conference Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. With the Lakers grabbing the top side of the scoreboard, let's keep this in mind. Anthony Davis coming off that 40-10 game one, averaging better than 22, 13, and 3 blocks this postseason. He has 61 combined steals and blocks in this second season, Kesty.
Jim, thank you very much. With PJ Carlissimo, I'm Mark Kestecher. Let's go behind the Laker bench right now. Here's George Sedano.
Thanks, Kesty. Darvin Ham was talking to his team the last 2 timeouts. I was in their huddle. Darvin was telling them, hey, you got to be careful when the Nuggets are pinning us down on those back screens. I know it's loud in here, but we got to communicate on defense. Then in the last huddle, the most recent one, he looked at D'Angelo Russell, told him he loved the aggressiveness, but he told him to put some pressure on the rim in those situations when he's got an opportunity. Back to you, Kesty.
Out of the timeout, they'll get a 3-point look. It's a miss. Rui Hachimura just into the game. Offensive rebound and stick back on the Schroeder miss.
Untouched, no box out whatsoever. More pressure on the rim is a euphemism. That's what George was talking about. Means it was a bad shot.
23-20. They haven't added the 2 points to the scoreboard on the ribbon we see, but it's still a 3-point Laker lead. Jokic goes inside to Christian Brown. He dribbles out to the high post and sends it to Bruce Brown. 5 to shoot. Brown passed to Jokic, got bumped from behind, no call. Tried to pass tip, shot clock at 1. Jokic didn't see it, passed it to Brown on top, and it's a shot clock violation. Crowd didn't like the bump of Jokic on the interior.
That's what caused Jokic to fumble the pass, and he couldn't get it. Christian Brown right now is a problem for Denver, because he's not a threat to shoot the ball and score, and they're playing off him. He has got to be more aggressive. He and Jeff Green are both on the floor right now, and that's a challenge for the Nuggets.
Here's Lonnie Walker receiving a pass. Quick trigger 3 is a miss. Ball tipped to the perimeter. Schroeder has it. It's the Lakers with the offensive rebounds tonight.
Back-to-back possessions with offensive rebounds.
Schroeder, pass to the wing was too weak. Intercepted by Murray. Jamal on his horse. Goes for the rim, got fouled hard by D'Angelo Russell. Murray ends up on the deck this time. He's helped up quickly. He's all right after that hard foul, but they're going to go to review and see if maybe there's a flagrant. 2:56 to go, first quarter. Lakers lead by 3. Hard foul by D'Angelo Russell's his first, but they will go to the monitor to see if it's deserving of a potential flagrant one.
That was contact. I'll tell you, he came across his shoulder It's how you interpret it. Is the contact above the shoulder or not? What's going to make it, I think, at least the flagrant one, is he was up in the air. When you foul somebody and they're up in the air and you kind of knock him off his balance a little bit, and that's what it appeared to be.
It was the right arm, right, as you pointed out, that pushed him. He went with the left on the big windup.
Yeah, exactly.
You heard the voice of Tony Brothers, who said ruling on the floor is common foul. They will go to video to see if it will get upgraded at all, or at least an additional to go to a flagrant. 2:56 to go, first quarter in Denver. The Lakers 23, the Nuggets 20.
Again, it started with the careless play. These two teams, the both of them, I mean, all teams in the NBA want to run when they can. But when you have two teams that respect each other's half-court defense so much.
Ruling on the floor, flagrant foul, penalty one.
It makes it so important. Tony Brothers interrupted me. Can you say something to Tony?
We'll talk post-game.
There's flagrant one ruling. Really no question about it.
Unnecessary is what we're getting from David Guthrie. That's the definition of flagrant foul.
And thank you, David Guthrie, for coming over and telling us.
Fans in the front row next year were a little confused why the official was coming to talk to them about it being unnecessary. 2:56 left here in the first quarter. Lakers 23, Nuggets 20. Jamal Murray setting up at the free throw line to take the free throw on the flagrant one, and then Denver will have possession out of that. 2 free throws coming for Jamal Murray, who is third in the NBA in postseason free throws at 92% as he hits the first of 2.
Well, free throws are so important for Denver because LA excels at that. 3-point shooting should be an advantage for Denver. LA did a really good job in the first game. So really interesting watching these two teams try and make up for what they know the other team is so good at.
Both free throws good off the flagrant one on D'Angelo Russell.
Now deep. Here we go.
Reggie Jackson in his 12th year out of BC, of course, played parts of the last 4 years with the Clippers, came over to Denver after he was bought out, and he's been out of the rotation for a long time, PJ.
He has, and Michael Malone's only been playing 8 players. But with the foul trouble, he's got no choice. Both teams only played 8 players on Tuesday night, Kesty.
Jamal Murray, quick no-look pass to Jokic. He was covered. Outside it goes to Green.
Does not want to shoot the 3.
Jeff Green on the perimeter, gets it back to Jokic, 10 to shoot. Baseline right wing to the upward motion. Fouled by Anthony Davis. The whistle with 2:41 to go here in the first quarter. That is going to be number 1 on Mr. Davis.
It's easy to sit here and say it, Kesty, and there's a lot of contact. Playoff basketball is always more physical. But having said that, we have too many whistles already. There's no flow to the game whatsoever.
This feels like the fourth quarter in
There's
game
so
one.
many. Exactly.
We've gotten at least one look at the review as the first. And Davis had his hand in there, grappling. I guess he got it caught under the right arm of Jokic.
Let's put it this way. AD would have liked the call if he was the one on offense.
Jokic missed the second, splitting the pair. We're tied at 23. 2.5 to go, opening quarter. Schroeder will lead the offense. He's got AD on the floor with Russell, Hachimura, and Walker. AD up on the three-point line. Staggered for a moment. Now dribbles to the high post against Jokic. Takes off the window. Missed the shot. Rebounded by Jeff Green.
Pretty well defended by Nikola.
Nuggets a chance for the lead. Green going hard and slamming it harder. He's still got some juice in those old legs as Denver takes the lead.
Old buddy Jeff Green, he may not want to shoot the 3, but he likes that dunk.
He was a Seattle Supersonic under Mr. P.J. Carlson. He's been around so long. Here's Hachimura reversing a layup down low to tie it at 25.
Well, I'll tell you, Rui Hachimura is just putting his head down and going right to the rim. Almost looks like LeBron James.
Murray pass out to the opposite corner to Reggie Jackson. Sends it on top to Bruce Brown. 1:45 to go in the first. Around the horn, Jeff Green 3. High off the rim. Tapped by Jokic and controlled by the Lakers. D'Angelo Russell front court. No look back door. Walker barely saved it on the end line and dribbles out to the right wing with 90 seconds to go in the first. Tied at 25. Pass to AD, grappling with Jokic. Facing up on the baseline right. Banging against Jokic. Nothing. Pass to the corner. Schroeder saves it on the short hop. 5 to shoot. Now with 4. Dribbles against the bigger Green. Using a screen from AD. Baseline shot at the horn. No good. Rebounded by Jokic. 1:10 to go in the first quarter, tied at 25.
Jeff Green did a good job on defense.
Oh, bad job, Laker defense that time. An easy pass inside to Jokic for the slam.
AD got caught down here, and nobody else picked up his man. Kind of difficult to not see Nikola Jokic standing in front of the rim.
See a 7-footer wearing 15. Denver, you better get on him. Denver has the lead by 2. 50 seconds to go in the first. Around the horn, Hachimura gets by the slipping defender, puts up a shot and scores. Jeff Green slipped.
3 times he's had the ball, 3 times he's driven it to the rim.
Ties the game at 27 with 40 seconds to go in the first.
6 in a row for Rui for the Lakers.
Chance for a 2-for-1 here. Pass to Jokic, drives down the lane, sends it to the corner, stolen by Russell. 30 seconds to go in the first. Russell sees the clock, game tied at 27. D'Angelo dribbling on the right against Reggie Jackson. Bumps into him once inside the arc, backing him down into the high post. Pass on top to Schroeder. Now to Walker. Shot clock at 8. Lonnie Walker makes a run at Murray. Into the lane. Tries to Euro. Corrects himself. Puts up a shot. No, but slammed. Down by AD. That's going to be offensive basket interference, though. They'll wave it off. It won't count for the Lakers.
The ball was directly above the cylinder. LeBron James had been at the table waiting to go in. You not allowed to substitute.
9.6 seconds to go in the first quarter. Still tied at 27. Austin Reeves in for Los Angeles. Michael Porter Jr. in for Denver. Picked up 2 fouls early.
3-point shooting only for 10 seconds, but it's a good sub.
Tied at 27. Denver has it. Murray and Jokic, 2-man game. Murray stops at the free throw line, ducks in, goes to the left hand, wild shot, no tip, won't go. That's the end of the first quarter, and we're tied at 27 after 1 in Denver.
A lot of offense, a lot of fouls, very competitive game. So far, Denver has been able to weather the foul trouble. We have to see going forward whether those fouls will come back to hurt them.
Denver won the opener. Game 2 tied at 27 after 1. This is the Western Conference Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app presented by Indeed.
Mike Greenberg. Greeny.
People were talking to me at the draft like I had just had a baby. Everywhere I go, I'm walking the streets of Kansas City, and I got people stopping me. Hey, Greeny, congratulations. Took me a minute to realize they're referring to the Jets getting Rodgers. The reality is it couldn't be going better. It just couldn't. You couldn't ask him to be doing this better than he's doing it.
Greeny with Mike Greenberg. Weekday mornings at 10 Eastern on ESPN Radio. Plus, you can watch and listen on the ESPN app. Did you miss TJ and Max?
Good morning.
But this is not work, man.
It's not work for who? My brain is constantly working, but I'm not going to allow you to minimize my ability to wake up in the morning, follow every single sport that you can think of.
Meaning basketball and football. Go ahead.
Formula One.
Yeah.
I got to follow the Formula One, right? You know, when tennis is rolling, I got to follow this. You know what I'm saying?
Sailing?
No, we don't talk about sailing.
Horse racing?
Well, Kentucky Derby, I had to follow it.
High jumping, pole vaulting?
No, I'm only going to follow that
Long
when the
jumping?
Olympics come. Bowling, I have to.
How about the World Cup?
Bowling.
How about the World Cup?
I did when it was around. It's not around right now, so I'm not following it.
How about the WNBA?
I do. You know, I follow Jay. Nice try. Don't you try me.
I didn't try you. I just asked.
Don't you try me.
KJM keeps you informed. You can't miss a minute. Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max. Weekday mornings at 6 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN2. Jason Fitz and Harry Douglas are Fitz and Harry.
I'm pretty sure Coach Pop is souped up on sugar right now to be able to have the luxury of coaching this young man and starting another trend with a player that's taken #1 overall. He was the head coach when they drafted Tim Duncan. Now he's still the head coach when they're going to draft Victor Wembanyama, on top of, having draft picks and a lot of cap space to be able to bring guys in.
Fitz and Harry. Weekdays at noon Eastern on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Gym Basketball in studio, reminding you full coverage of the finals. Reaction from Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max. Weekday morning, 6 to 10 a.m. Eastern. It's followed by Greeny with Mike Greenberg until noon right here on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. Much better start for the Lakers, tied at 27 after 1. Rui Hachimura, Stephen A. Smith's X-Factor player, has 6 points, but the Lakers are led by Austin Reeves. He has 7, averaging better than 20 per game over the last 4, including 23 in this series opener. Kesty?
Yeah, and LeBron James only one shot. Anthony Davis 0 for 2. So Reeves and Hachimura, big for the Lakers in Denver, withstanding the foul trouble early.
Yeah, and both teams were getting up and down the floor a little bit. The reason there's not as many field goals because there were so many fouls. There's a lot of stoppages, a lot of free throws shot. LeBron, it's not unlike LeBron in the first quarter to distribute, but I don't think he really had much to say about it. It was the way they played.
George Sedano?
Guys, I was behind the Denver bench, and Michael Malone was very encouraging towards his team. Loved the fact that they kept them, the Lakers, that is, under 42% in that first quarter. He said the only thing they got to clean up is making sure they don't get to the foul line. The Lakers got to the foul line 9 times that first quarter, Kesty.
Reeves on the give to James going down the lane. He lays it in, and so the Lakers take the lead 29-27, only the second shot attempt for LeBron here in game 2.
Right at Michael Porter again. They're going to go at him. They go at him normally. He's not an excellent defender, and he's got 2 fouls on top of that.
The non-Jokic minutes. So Jokic and AD both on the bench to start quarter 2. Here's Brown. Offensive foul. Got him free. That's going to be an offensive foul on Aaron Gordon, his first. And by the way, Jokic in the first quarter, PJ, 9 points, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. A little bit off of what he had in game 1 where he had 8, 12, and 5.
Exactly.
So it will be Reeves to bring it up for L.A. Reeves and James. Pass to the wing. Lonnie Walker. Schroeder and Hachimura also on the floor. Opening minute, quarter 2. Lakers by 2. Reeves to LeBron, just inside the arc, puts it on the deck on Gordon, spins. Pass to the wing, Hachimura. Angle 3 is good. What a start for Rui Hachimura in game 2.
Rui Hachimura looks like he's back in Spokane playing for the Zags. He is playing extremely well.
4 for 4, 9 off the bench for Hachimura. Lakers lead by 5.
Coming off an excellent second half on Tuesday night.
Gordon handoff on top to Porter. Michael rises from 20, missed it. Long rebound. Caldwell Pope has the offensive board. Pope out on the right wing against LeBron. We'll send it to Bruce Brown. They got a fresh 14. It's down to 7. KCP on the wing. Lobs it for Jeff Green. 4 to shoot. Spins baseline. Cup jumper. Missed it short. And Schroeder will let it go out of bounds to L.A. Where will the offense come from for Denver with no Murray and no Jokic on the floor here to start quarter number 2?
That's why Michael Porter looked to take that shot, starting the possession. It's got to come from KCP. The kick, that's a turnover.
They're going to call a kick ball on the Denver defense
on Denver.
As LeBron tried to split the double on top.
I thought it was LeBron who kicked it. The offense has got to come. Aaron Gordon, Michael Porter, KCP, Bruce Brown. Actually, right now, there's 4 players, but they ended up with posting up Jeff Green with only 3 seconds left on the shot clock.
Inbound to LeBron, dribbles out to the right. Shot clock dips under 10. Up top to Rui Hachimura. 4 to shoot. Rui feeling it, pulls and connects from 17 feet away. A 5 for 5 start for Hachimura. And Michael Malone hops off the Denver bench and calls for time.
Michael Malone is really upset. Rui's looks are just too easy. Rui Hachimura is a heck of a player. He's taking either 2 or 3 dribbles all the way to the rim, 1 or 2 dribbles for a comfortable jump shot. He's established that he's a threat right now. They need to do something about him.
11 off the bench for Hachimura. A 9-0 run since the late stages of the first quarter, and the Lakers lead at 34-27 in Denver. 9:59 to go before the half. You're listening to the Western Conference Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app presented by Indeed.
Austin is not dogless.
They've lost their dogs. There are missing signs all over, like Massachusetts. Dog missing. Call Brad Stevens if found.
Check out the Dominique Foxworth Show anywhere you get your podcast. The NBA playoffs continue on ESPN Radio.
Around and down! A dagger 3 by Butler.
The Heat storm into Boston and still game 1. Now the Celtics face a critical game 2. Will they respond? Or are the Heat taking a 2-0 lead to Miami? Game 2 of the Celtics and Heat, presented by Indeed. Coverage begins tomorrow at 8 Eastern on ESPN Radio. You can also listen on the ESPN app and on SiriusXM Channel 80. ESPN's Pablo Torre.
Josh Jacobs is the guy who inspires me the most right now. I don't know if people even realize this, but he is Filipino. And I have a rule. If you put a Filipino flag on your helmet and you lead the NFL in rushing, you get to be my favorite athlete. And he did that in honor of his dad and his grandmother. He's going to visit the Philippines soon enough. This is something that has blown my mind. I did not realize growing up as a Filipino American that we made guys like Josh Jacobs who could do this. And yeah, also he did help me make the playoffs in my fantasy league. So shout out to Josh Jacobs forever.
ESPN Radio, celebrating and amplifying the stories of Asian American, Pacific Islander, and Asian athletes and sports figures.
Steven.
Who said that?
Me, down here.
Ugh, what are you, a yellow booger?
I'm a banana slug, Steven.
What are you doing in my room?
I'm your sense of adventure. It's been a long time since we've had an adventure in the forest.
Mom took me to the forest last year.
I'm a slug, Steven. It took me a long time to get here.
You're right. I should get out.
Yeah, the forest is not that far away.
Hey, Mom!
Come to the forest where the more adventurous you lives. Check out discovertheforest.org for cool places nearby. Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
Jim Basketball in studio, reminding you after the Lakers dropped the series opener, they've won 18 playoff series after losing game one. That's the most all time, while the Nuggets own a 10-9 series record after winning game one. That's the second worst winning percentage in league history. The Lakers have a 7-point edge, Kesty, and Anthony Davis, who scored 40 in the series opener, hasn't hit a shot yet, but Rui Hachimura has 5 of 5 in 6 minutes of play, 11 points to lead all scores.
That came over from Washington in January. This is the guy that people felt he could be. We've seen it. It's only been a couple of games, but tremendous start for Hachimura.
No, he's a very, very good piece for them. He complements the way they want to play. Got that great size. That's what people don't realize, just how big he is, and he's more of a perimeter guy. What's impressed me is the way he's put the ball on the floor and taking it strong to the basket, Kessler.
Michael Malone brought in Jamal Murray. They need some offense. He's on the floor. They haven't scored in the second. Murray sends it to Jeff Green. Back to Jamal, 8 to shoot. Has LeBron James defending at the top of the arc. Takes him off the dribble, 3 to shoot. Tries to cross over, steps in, puts up a shot from deep 2 and missed it. Nice defense by LeBron.
Yeah, very well defended, and the count right now is 7-0 in the non-Nikola minutes.
In favor of the Lakers. James making a line drive for the rim, hangs and puts it up and in front of Jeff Green. Green got in the way. James hung for just an extra half second and able to move his body and score.
Looks like the second half on Tuesday, Kesty, when they put it on the floor. There we go.
Michael Porter hitting a 3, ending the Lakers' 11-0 run. Denver down 6.
Anytime the Lakers put it on the floor, especially LeBron James and Rui, they seem to be able to get to the rim.
James again going straight down the floor. Oh, he Euro stepped and left it short at the rim. Here's Jeff Green down floor to Murray. Jamal passes to the wing. KCP for 3, no good in the long rebound. Lakers have control. Down floor, Hachimura, perfect so far in game 2. Drives under the basket. Reverse layup's good. Rui Hachimura, 13 on 6 of 6 shooting.
Yes, don't forget, LeBron missed the layup on the last possession. Those two guys are just going to the rim at will.
38-30, Lakers lead. Darvingham calling for Anthony Davis, and now he got a foul as Jamal Murray was passing. He was up in the air, had nowhere to go. Sent it to the top and got fouled with 8:26 to go in the half.
Well, Nikola Jokic is just headed to the scorer's table from the Denver bench, and no coincidence, AD from the Laker bench reports in also.
Lonnie Walker heads to the Los Angeles bench. The Lakers enjoying an 8-point lead, led by as many as 9 here in the second. Scored 11 straight at one point. Contavious Caldwell-Pope inbounds over the top to Jokic, drives against Hachimura and puts it in. Hachimura was on his heels that time.
11-3 in the non-Joker minutes. Joker tries to restore some order.
By the way, the Joker was only 2 for 10 when he was defended by Hachimura in game number 1, but he got him there. 6-point game, Lakers lead. Anthony Davis outside the high post to a wide-open Reeves. Low box scores. Where was KCP?
KCP got elbowed. He said in the throat. He just stopped and grabbed his throat, and there was no one to cover.
KCP drives into traffic. Blocked by Davis. Saved on the end line. The Lakers have it. Hachimura, great pass to James. Oh, he lost the ball going for a reverse jam. Tried to get a little too fancy, and the King just lost it out of bounds.
Back-to-back missed layups by LeBron James. you can bet no one is more upset about that than LeBron James. Michael Malone, meantime, really upset with the lack of defense from his team.
PJ, I have never seen that from LeBron in
Back
his
to back.
brilliant 20-year career. Missed a layup short and then missed a surefire slam dunk. Timeout on the floor. And we'll step away with 7:46 to go in the first half. Lakers leading game 2, 40-32 at Denver. This is the Western Conference Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app presented by Indeed.
The all-new NBA app is happening and has you covered from coast to coast. And live tip-offs at your fingertips and highlights right as they happen.
Steph Curry drills the three.
Catch every can't-miss moment before, during, and after the game. And behind the scenes like you've never seen.
Let's go.
It's all access, all the time.
Get on through 1, 2, 3, down.
All in one app. Because if it's happening in the new NBA app. So get the app today.
At Navy Federal Credit Union, our members are at the very heart of our mission. That's why this Military Appreciation Month, we thought you might want to hear a special thank you message from your friends and family.
I want to give a shout out to my brother Will, who's currently serving as a major in the Army. Happy Military Appreciation Month.
Hi, I'm wishing my pops, retired Colonel Stephen Sheehan of the United States Marine Corps, a happy Military Appreciation Month.
And from all of us here, happy Military Appreciation Month. Commitment connects us. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission. Insured by NCUA.
O'Reilly. Did you know 1 in 4 car batteries is weak and needs to be replaced? O'Reilly Auto Parts will test your battery for free. If your battery needs to be replaced, our professional parts people can help you find the best Superstart battery for your vehicle and budget. Don't wait. Get your battery tested for free today at your local O'Reilly Auto Parts.
O'Reilly Auto Parts.
Ask Sherwin-Williams and get 35% off Emerald products and Super Deck stains May 19th through the 22nd. That means 35% off our most popular color family, blue. Psychologists have found it to be soothing and relaxing, which makes it especially great for bedrooms and bathrooms. And of course, get 35% off all of our other colors. Shop the sale online or visit your neighborhood Sherwin-Williams store. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details.
Jim Basketball in studio on the heels of LeBron missing a bunny right there. Got to remind you, LBJ has won each of his last 9 trips to the conference finals, 10-1 in his career in conference finals appearances. Now, the Lakers aren't led by their stars thus far, with James and Anthony Davis combining for 8. Instead, you got Austin Reeves and Rui Hachimura combining for 22, thus an 8-point advantage with under 8 to go second quarter. Kesty?
All right, Jimmy, with the Denver Nuggets down 8, let's check in behind their bench. Here's George Sedano.
Thanks, Kesty. So Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and Michael Porter Jr. are having a bit of an animated conversation about trying to defend this Lakers team. They were able to kind of sort things out and discuss it. Meanwhile, Coach Michael Malone was telling his team to calm down, just execute and play. They're making very simple mistakes, stuff that they know they shouldn't be doing, Kesty.
And PJ Hachimura, 14 for 17 in the series and perfect tonight, 82% in the series.
Yeah, meantime, the Denver Nuggets are half of that, 41% from the field and 30% from 3 for 10. They got a little bit behind it when they lost KCP and Michael Porter early, and they have not been able to pick it up. But the bigger concern for sure, lack of defense.
Starting 5 on the floor for Denver. Jokic lob for Gordon. Couldn't finish. Not a great lob at the rim. Lakers have it right to left to James against Murray. Got fouled. Flips it up. No good. James careens across the baseline. Jamal Murray offers to help him up. James will retie his left shoe before he heads to the free throw line.
Jamal Murray may have tripped him because if he didn't trip him, there was no other contact. I'd love to see the replay because LeBron went when he was getting ready to jump up, just lost his footing, and I'm assuming it had to be because of a trip.
Then we'll look at the ESPN replay from the high camera. Murray was just trying to get out of the way.
He stepped on his foot, I think.
His left foot stepped on Murray's right.
Well, there was not much there.
LeBron will go to the free throw line, up and rattles it in. James, only his 7th point of the night, his first free throw.
10th for the Lakers, though. 11th about to come. 6 free throws already for the Denver Nuggets. But George was talking about Michael Malone's comments in the timeout. They need to weather the storm. Right now, they're back on their heels.
Second free throw good. Biggest lead of the night for the Lakers, up 10. Murray busts into the front court, gives to Jokic, tries to get around AD, and does as he lays it in off the glass. Tough shot.
Well, he had to reach way out with his right arm and kind of scoop it underhand to get it over AD, but he banked it in.
Jokic has 13. They've been 13 hard-earned points here in game 2. AD puts a shoulder into Porter, got the shot up and scored. Porter went to the deck, wanted the call. Instead, it's a blocking foul against Porter.
This could be a review. It's awful early, but that's the third foul on Michael Porter. Michael Malone has turned around looking at his assistants. They haven't seen a replay yet. Michael's trying to see one himself. He's not going to challenge.
That's a tough one. Early stages. You'd love to save it late. I wonder if the competition committee would consider maybe in the playoffs having a second challenge. I don't know if they go that far.
Yeah.
But you hate to use one early.
WNBA changed, and I should know what it is. The WNBA amended their challenge rule this year, and I'll find out at halftime. And it may have been just that. They may have added another challenge. It was a tough call, the block charge call.
As many of them often are, especially at this level, as AD converts the three-point play.
I thought Porter had position, but I don't know enough to overturn the call.
Lakers lead by 11. Under 7 minutes to go in the half. Murray dribbling stationary. Now goes to the top squares. Let's fly from 3. The rainbow goes back iron. Tapped out. James will save it with 1 foot on the end line.
The Lakers doing a much better job on the defensive glass.
Got crushed on that end in game 1. Here's James against Murray. This was the matchup you loved in game 1. Double comes on the baseline. Out to Reeves. Open for 3. Missed it. Rebounded by Jokic. Long outlet pass to Murray, who got down floor, and he lays it in. He slams it, actually, with the right hand.
And he sees the floor so well. It's unbelievable. Got his back to the other basket when he got the rebound. He just knew instinctively that Jamal Murray had leaked out.
45-36. Laker lead down to 9. LeBron a little frustrated here, directing traffic at the top. James has the AD high screen, passes to Davis at the elbow. He'll stop. He'll pop from 15. No good. Rebound contested. Bruce Brown has it for Denver. Out to Murray, leading some break. Murray to the three-point line against Davis. Bounces it to Jokic against James. Nikola turns, slapped away by LeBron off the steal against Jokic. Here's James splitting a double. Had it knocked away. Was it last touch by Denver? They say no. Oh, now a reversal of the call. It'll be Laker basketball.
Brown's upset he didn't get the foul call. I think it was Bruce Brown chopped down and knocked the ball out of his hand.
Bruce Brown, an underrated, tough defender in his first year here in Denver.
Similar play on both ends. Players stripped going to the basket.
I thought Brown chopped it and it went off the forearm of LeBron, out of bounds. But it'll be Laker basketball at 5:46 to go here in the half. D'Angelo Russell back in the game, inbounds to Davis. Anthony Davis spins into a double team, into traffic, got fouled. His shot from 5 feet away just fell out. And right back to the free throw line goes Anthony Davis.
Got kind of lost in our conversation about the block charge foul with 2 more free throws, Kesty. Free throw attempts are mounting quickly for the Lakers.
Lakers are 11 for 12 in the first half. The Nuggets have only shot 6 times here in game 2. They've made 5 of them.
And they're about to shoot 2 more, Anthony Davis.
Davis with only 5 points, 1 of 4 to start. He's 3 for 3, make it 4 for 4 at the free throw line. Lonnie Walker will come into the game for Austin Reeves, who has had some good looks in the first half, just hasn't knocked him down.
We had a great look there a minute ago on that kick out from LeBron. LeBron's a little, I'd say, upset. Frustrated usually doesn't describe LeBron James. He's upset. Missed a couple shots. He thought on that 2 of the last 3 plays he should have gotten foul calls.
Davis hits both free throws. LeBron went to the bench. Jared Vanderbilt replaced him. 47-36 Lakers. Down in the Western Conference Finals, 1 game to none. 5.5 minutes to go in our first half, and a foul off the ball. Anthony Davis got into the body of Contavious Caldwell-Pope. That is only the second team foul against the Lakers side incoming. 2 fouls on Anthony Davis here in game 2. KCP awarded the ball, will inbound from the left to Jokic and right back to Caldwell-Pope. Looks for Jokic, finds him on the left, outside the mid-post, takes on Hachimura into the lane, flips it up, and in, and one. I think Jokic might have took it a little personal with all the talk of Hachimura's defensive wizardry against him in game one.
I think that, or he's a little frustrated with how many free throws the Lakers are getting. Whatever the motivation was, he just put his head down and went right to the rim. AD's upset still about that call when the cutter went through. He just thought he got in his way. Call went against him.
I think outside of that easy layup, remember when he was down floor all alone, I think the other 13 points have all been well earned. He's now got 16 on the three-point play.
No question. It's a good thing he's doing it because he's not getting a lot of help. KCP is yet to score. Aaron Gordon's got 4. Michael Porter Jr. only 5. It's been Murray and Jokic.
Here's Davis down low against Jokic. Tried the reverse. Couldn't get it. Jokic the rebound. Denver down 8 in transition. Brown in the corner to KCP for 3. Splashes it home from the right corner, and the Nuggets are back within 5.
Make it KCP has 3 points.
Timeout called by the Lakers as Denver trailed this one. They were down 11 points here in this second quarter, and they are on the comeback trail at 47-42.
Back-to-back three-point plays, an old-fashioned one, and a 3 from the corner in transition.
Take a look at the points in the paint in the game. We've talked about Jokic has been earning a lot of points. He's got 16 of, not all of them are points in the paint, but Denver with 24 so far in the game, PJ.
Don't forget the Lakers. They've got 20, so you got 44 paint points. Sherwin-Williams should be very happy.
Yeah, well, our points in the paint and owning the paint is brought to you by Sherwin-Williams. Ask Sherwin-Williams and save 35% on Emerald products and Super Deck stains tomorrow through May 22nd. Retail sales only. Some exclusions apply. See store for details. Mark Kestisher, PJ Carlissimo, George Sedano, our entire ESPN radio crew. John Medani is our producer here in Denver. Al Rosenberg, our engineer. Jim Basquill back in the studio. And look, we all love high-scoring games. We all love the three-pointer, but eventually this series is probably going to come down to those paint points and well-earned inside.
Paint points and the rebounds, there's no question. Denver finally putting the ball in the basket. They've made 4 of their last 6, so they're up now to 46%. The Lakers actually headed the other way. They're down to 48, so things have leveled a little bit.
LeBron James comes off the Los Angeles bench out of the timeout. He and AD will be on the floor together. D'Angelo Russell, Dennis Schroeder, Rui Hachimura, who's been on fire. Incendiary here in game 2. He's 6 for 6. Here's James going to the basket. Shot is knocked away. It's loose, and Jokic comes up with it. Jokic down floor. Bruce Brown attacks the rim, lays it up, missed it. Side rim, got knocked down, wanted a call. Schroeder coming the other way, sends it over to James. Quick pass to Davis. Quicker pass to Hachimura. Fouled on his shot attempt, no good. And he will go to the free throw line on the Bruce Brown Denver foul at 4:42 to go in the half.
And Bruce Brown is pointing to the other end saying, hey, I got fouled the same way Rui just got fouled. Where was the call? I thought Bruce Brown could have made a stronger shot. Referees are not going to, you start double pumping and trying to make a circus shot. It's not as demanding as when you just take it in strong.
The man who has seen nothing but net tonight is Rui Hachimura. Hit the first of 2 free throws, 6 for 6 from the field. But PJ, when he came over to LA, he shot less than 30% from 3 in his games with the Lakers. He's almost at 60% for the postseason, not just the series.
It's not his forte, though, the long shot. He's got a good stroke. He's going to be, before he's done, a really good three-point shooter, and he has been in the playoffs so far, no question.
Knocked down both free throws to extend the Laker lead to 49-42. Murray met by Schroeder in the backcourt.
He's third best so far in the playoffs, coming into tonight.
Now Jokic has it back to the basket. Turns against Hachimura. Double teamed as AD came over. Pass into the lane. Is received and put in by Bruce Brown. Wow. He is so tough for a 6'4" guy in the lane amongst the trees.
Nicola just actually dropped it down, extended his arm up in the air, and dropped the pass.
Here's a pass to AD. 15-footer misses. Murray rebounds. Denver down 5. 4 minutes to go in the half. Murray pulls from 3. Missed it in and out. Offensive board, Brown. Bruce puts it up, no good. Weak side rebound tipped. Still loose on the floor under the basket, and it trickles out of bounds to the Lakers.
Bruce Brown is doing everything but put the ball in the basket. Tell you who's having trouble finishing, and they're good shots. Anthony Davis so far. He's had good looks, Kesty, and he's 1 for 6 from the field.
Only 7 points after the 40-point game one outburst. 5 of his points at the free throw line. Lakers in possession, up 5. Russell goes to LeBron. He'll line up a 3 from the right. In and out. Davis trying to crash the boards. Can't get the offensive rebound.
Numbers.
5 on 4. Murray no look left side to Gordon. Tried to go interior to Jokic and off the foot of James. Kicked out of bounds.
Good job by LeBron James. Aaron Gordon unable to deliver the pass. So many times one good pass would get you a bucket. Just couldn't get it to the open man.
3:33 on the clock. Second quarter. Lakers 49. Nuggets 44. Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals on ESPN Radio. Murray inbounds to KCP all the way on the left hash. Goes around the Jokic screen. Now pulls from 16 front rim and gets the roll. Contavious Caldwell-Pope drawing Denver as close as they've been in a while. Down 3. Schroeder from the right wing. Explodes off the dribble under the basket. Reverse layup. Hangs on the rim and falls off to Jokic. Nikola dribbling down the middle of the floor. Passes to the cutting Gordon, who slams it home, and the Nuggets are within 1. 5th assist for Nikola Jokic. And here comes Denver.
AD looks tired, Testy.
17 minutes logged so far in the game. AD receives it, tip of the circle. Passes out to Russell, sets a screen. Russell drives into double coverage. Trying to pass off. Goes to James on the right. Shot clock at 4. James hand in his face 3, no good. High rebound, Nuggets have it, looking for the lead.
Very stagnant offense by the Lakers.
Here's Murray at the 3-point line, met by Anthony Davis. Murray will now dribble and take his time with 2.5 to go to KCP for 3. Missed it short. Loose ball on the end line, out of bounds. Last touch by the Nuggets.
Not even close. That was almost underneath the rim.
Got a lot of guys sucking some
I was
wind.
just going to say, Kessie, that's a really good point. There's 4 or 5 players on the floor. Both coaches went to early timeout, so there's really not timeouts available to them right now.
And the 2 biggest guys look like the tiredest. You mentioned AD and Jokic also pulling on his jersey as well.
In the old days, they'd be down on the box leaning on each other.
LeBron will bring it up. The Lakers' lead has been shaved to 1. 2:15 to go in the half. James looking to the bench for the call. Now with a dribble. Passes on the other side to Reeves. Reeves lost his man. Dribbles, pops, puts a 12-footer up that misses. Rebound contested off of Davis and out of bounds. And Austin Reeves has gone cold from the floor.
Yeah, they've been very, very cold. I mean, this is a team that was shooting comfortably over 50% early, and that field goal percentage just keeps plummeting. It's down to 41%. For the Lakers.
Nuggets trying to dig out of an 11-point hole. They trail 49-48. We're just crossing 2 minutes to go in the half. Jokic up high to Gordon, now to Murray near half court. Back to Jokic outside the lane to Murray for the lead. A 3, no good, left of the mark, and Davis has the rebound. He'll give to James with $1:45 to go in the half. LeBron into the front court, accelerates to the line, to the lane. Layup's good, 51-48 Los Angeles.
When everyone else is tired, it's usually a good bet to watch LeBron James.
He's got 10. Jokic gets deep, flips it up, missed it. Jokic got his own miss. Another attempt, rolls off, no good. Rebounded by Davis under the basket. 2 cracks at it by Jokic, and he couldn't score. 3-point Laker lead. Here comes LeBron. Sees the clock, 1:20 to go in the half. James creeping toward the 3-point line. Still with the dribble. Davis sets the screen. Bruce Brown fights through it. Pass to the corner, Schroeder. Baseline drive under the basket and circles to the top 4 to shoot. Gives it up, gets it back. Schroeder with 2 on the clock. Shot, no. Rebound, 2 Nuggets there, and Jokic grabs the rebound.
8 for 20, the Lakers so far in the second quarter.
Denver down 3. We're under a minute to go in the half. Aaron Gordon from the right. Looking inside for Jokic, nothing doing. He points out, and they go to Brown. Now they get it to Jokic against Hachimura. Double comes quickly with LeBron. 5 to shoot. Cross-court pass Gordon. 3 to shoot. To the top, Murray drives, flips it off balance. No good. Tried to get a rebound, couldn't. Rebounded by Schroeder.
Jamal Murray's upset. He thought he was fouled. He didn't make a good shot in that situation. Both teams really struggling to get good looks now.
Here's a lob. Hachimura grabs it and flushes it on the feed from James with 26 seconds to go in the half.
Nikola Jokic was covering Rui. When Rui went back door, he just left him in the dust.
Rui, a 7 for 7 first half, 17 for the Lakers. 3 seconds difference, shot clock and halftime clock. Jokic with 10 to shoot, bumped outside the lane. And a whistle called with 12.3 to go. Hachimura that time will get called for the foul. That'll be number 2 on Rui.
Well, you have a lot of tired players on the floor right now.
12.3 on the clock. That was the first in the last 2 minutes for the Lakers, and so Denver will inbound from the side.
Offensive sub by Michael Malone. Michael Porter going in. Defensive sub by Darvin Ham. First Jared Vanderbilt, now Tristan Thompson coming in for AD. And AD is not going to sprint over to the bench. He's going to walk very slowly to the bench.
And you heard that name right, Tristan Thompson, who signed on the last day of the regular season, was working with us at ESPN, won a title with LeBron in Cleveland. He's defending Jokic on the inbound of Nikola. 10 seconds to go in the half. Now to Murray. Behind the screen, he's free. Shoots the 3. No good. Long rebound. Lakers have it with 3. Schroeder went down. Gives it up to Reeves. Sees the clock. Hoisted from 35 feet. No good. And the Lakers will take a 5-point lead into the locker room here in game 2.
You remember that shot that the Joker made ending the third quarter on Tuesday night, Kesty? I thought Jamal Murray had a chance. It wasn't as much of a circus shot, but it was going to be a very big shot going in the locker room. Didn't fall for the Nuggets.
LeBron James, 10 points, many of them in the second quarter. But Rui Hachimura, a perfect 7 for 7 off the bench, has 17 to lead the Lakers 53-48 over Denver. We are at the half as we send it to Jim Basquill in the studio with the AutoZone halftime report.
All right, Kesty, thanks so much. How about the two stars on both sides? Jokic and Murray, 26 total points. James and Davis, 17 points. The Lakers were down 18 at the half in game 1, up 5 at the half here in game 2. Thanks to Rui Hachimura, who has those 17 points. The NBA halftime show on ESPN Radio is presented by AutoZone. The free AutoZone Fix Finder service can help troubleshoot the likely cause of your pesky check engine light for free and get you back on the road. Restrictions apply. Get in the zone. AutoZone. Coming up next on the AutoZone halftime report, we'll take a look at the Eastern Conference with the Heat and Celtics through one game and get Stephen A. Smith's take. This is the Western Conference Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Coming up Friday, we'll recap Game 2 of the Lakers and the Nuggets and get you ready for Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max, 6 a.m. Eastern right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, ESPNU.
Greeny.
He is a player who is prone to injury as the season goes on. He's going to wind up being one of the greatest players ever, never to win a championship.
Weekday mornings at 10 Eastern on ESPN Radio.
Hi, I'm Israel Gutierrez, host of the podcast ESPN Daily. Every weekday morning, I'll bring you the best sports story you'll hear all day. Today on ESPN Daily, you may remember the beef between Nick Saban and Jimbo Fisher from last year, but today, Alex Scarborough tells us what was behind the bad blood. So follow us and listen wherever you get good podcasts.
The waves were mighty and fierce as could be when my lady and I got lost at sea. We tossed and turned and we nearly drowned when my brave little boat went down. Whoa, 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 no, none of that's true. You haven't had a date in a year or two. The sea was calm and the sky was clear and you crashed right into the pier. Yeah, fine.
Accidents don't just happen in sea shanties, so Progressive Boat Insurance has you covered. Take as little as 4 minutes to see what you can save at Progressive.com. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and affiliates. Covered subject to policy terms and not available for all boats or in all situations.
For the ones finding new ways to ensure the job always gets done. For the ones wearing many hats. For the ones who are hands-on, even from far away. And the ones keeping business moving forward. We are Grainger, offering professional-grade industrial supplies, plus real-time product availability and access to experts ready to answer your toughest questions. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
At the United States Postal Service, we're reinventing our network to help keep your business moving. With new shipping options to deliver better value, greater flexibility to conveniently reach your customers, more confident shipping with new informed delivery features, and new electric vehicles for a cleaner, brighter future. Fast, reliable, perfectly orchestrated. The United States Postal Service, delivering for America. Learn more at USPS.com/moving forward.
Finally, baseball is back. Swing into the season with tickets to the action. Plus, with basketball and hockey heating up, now is a great time to experience a game. Vivid Seats is proud to be the official ticketing partner of ESPN. From on the glass to in the stands, Vivid Seats has great ticket prices to all the games. Every crack of the bat, every dribble down the court. Catch it all with Vivid Seats. Download the app or visit vividseats.com today. Vivid Seats. Experience it live.
This is the NBA on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Jim Baskell back on the AutoZone halftime report with the Lakers lead the Nuggets in game 2, 53-48. Nikola Jokic, 16 points, 8 rebounds, 5 assists, 2 steals. LeBron, 10 points, 6 assists, 5 rebounds. Rui Hachimura, a perfect 7 of 7 from the floor. The NBA on ESPN Radio is brought to you by makers of 5 Hour Energy. For more information, visit 5hourenergy.com. Over in the Eastern Conference, the Heat won game 1 behind 35 from Jimmy Butler, thanks in large part to a 46-25 third quarter. Earlier, we spoke with Stephen A. Smith on what makes Jimmy Butler and the Miami Heat so compatible.
Unselfishness, the fact that he implores his teammates to step up and make contributions. He's not trying to soak it all in for himself. That's what he is. He's an incredibly unselfish individual who wants other people to succeed, not just himself. And he's a consummate team player. He got a bad rap early in his career because he didn't bite his tongue. He was the kind of person that would hold not just players, but coaches accountable as well. He'd get in their face and tell them what they need to do. But he's always thinking about what a winning formula is. And when you go to Miami, the winner within resides there. That would be Pat Riley. If anybody would know what a winning formula is all about, it would be him.
Speaking of the C's, they gave up 46 points in the third quarter. No timeout, Stephen A., during that Miami outburst from Joe Mazzulla. What are you seeing in the ebbs and flows of these playoffs from the Boston coach?
Well, I'm seeing an individual who's a very, very good coach, but trying to prove something to people rather than just coach the damn game. There's sometimes that Mazzulla comes across as if he's trying to reinvent the wheel, and it's completely unnecessary. It's obvious you need to call a timeout. It's obvious that you need to disrupt the rhythm of the opposition. It's obvious that you need to make sure that guys are getting back on defense and sharing the basketball as opposed to giving it to Jaylen Brown or Jason Tatum and saying, save the day for us. These are things that are not complicated, but sometimes he makes it seem that way because he appears to have something to prove when he shouldn't have anything to prove at all because he's a damn good coach.
No doubt about it, but keep this in mind. There's 4 teams left in these NBA playoffs. 3 of them are unbeaten at a home in this second season. The Celtics have 4 losses. Lakers, meantime, were down 12 after the first quarter in game 1. Tonight, they were tied, down 18 at the half. Tonight, up 5. Coming up next in the AutoZone halftime report, how about first half highlights? A mile high in a much different game for LA. You're listening to the Western Conference Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Yo, check this out from Canty and Carlin.
As AD goes is how the Lakers go. So even though LeBron is the leader, it's unquestionable that Anthony Davis is the most important Laker. So this feels like an unofficial passing of the torch from LeBron to AD during this postseason. And if they were able to cap that with a championship, then I think it would do more for Anthony Davis's legacy than the first chip in the bubble did.
Canty and Carlin, weekdays at 3 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. The Hoop Collective Podcast.
I'm telling you, when you watch Jamal Murray and Jokic run that two-man game, I don't know if I'd ever seen anybody who run a two-man game better than Draymond and Steph, because just the way they do it, it's pretty impressive. It's pretty close.
I think it's arguably better. Joker can score anywhere on the floor, and he's clearly the best passing big man ever.
The Hoop Collective Podcast. Listen on the ESPN app or wherever you listen to podcasts.
Saturday, ESPN Plus pay-per-view and Top Rank Boxing present
Take it to another level.
The undisputed lightweight champion Devin Haney defends his title against former champ Vasily Lomachenko.
I am the one. I am the chosen.
A chess match of elite boxing brilliance. Haney versus Loma. Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern. Find it on ESPNplus.com/PPV.
The biggest names in sports are on. ESPN Radio.
Tyrese Maxey now joining us courtside.
It was a big-time win, man. We let the game kind of slip away from us, but to be resilient like that and everybody make plays down the stretch, that was big time.
Stephen Curry with us here on ESPN Radio.
Honestly, it's hard for a lot of guys on our team because they're capable of contributing, but sometimes the opportunity isn't always there. But the message is stay ready.
Josh Hart is joining us.
6 years I've been waiting to get into the playoffs, man. So I'm not taking it for granted. I'm playing as long as I can, every second I can, and I'm just taking it all in.
Visiting with D'Angelo Russell. I'm a product of my environment. Honestly, I got to brush shoulders with some of the greats and just learned a lot of things from being in their system and their organization.
Klay Thompson joining us.
I can hear how tired you are, brother.
Oh, PJ, I feel great.
We got another quarter in.
Great. I don't know about that.
The biggest names in sports come here. And it all starts weekday mornings with Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max and continues all day. This is ESPN Radio. You're listening to the NBA on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Jim Basketball back on the AutoZone halftime report. We mentioned at the outset the Lakers fell behind by a dozen in the first quarter of game one, but they got it down to 3 late after being down by as many as 21. Would that carry over into game two? Apparently so. First half recap brought to you by makers of 5-Hour Energy. For more information, visit 5hourenergy.com. First quarter was a nip and tuck affair.
80 up on the three-point line. Now dribbles to the high post against Jokic. Takes off the window, missed the shot, rebounded by Jeff Green.
Pretty well defended by Nikola.
Nuggets a chance to the lead. Green going hard and slamming it harder. He's still got some juice in those old legs as Denver takes the lead.
Oh, buddy, Jeff Green, he may not want to shoot the three, but he likes that dunk.
Tied at 27 after one. Second quarter belonged to Rui.
Inbound to LeBron. Dribbles out to the right. Shot clock dips under 10. Up top to Rui Hachimura. 4 to shoot. Rui feeling it. Goals and connects from 17 feet away. A 5-for-5 start for Hachimura. And Michael Malone hops off the Denver bench and calls for time.
Michael Malone is really upset.
Here's a lob. Hachimura grabs it and flushes it on the feed from James with 26 seconds to go in the half.
Nikola Jokic was covering Rui. When Rui went back door, he just left him in the dust.
Rui a 7-for-7 first half, 17 for the Lakers.
Yeah, it's not James or AD, but Rui that leads the Lakers up 5 at the break. Coming up next in the AutoZone halftime report. How about the second half? Lakers and Nuggets in game 2. This is the Western Conference Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Diabetes, high blood pressure, anxiety meds, everyone's on them. If you're a 50-year-old male, maybe a bit porky, and you may even have type 2 diabetes, $1 million of term insurance may only cost you about $200 a month. Call Term Provider. Speak with Big Lou at 800-511-3535. Big Lou will find a term life policy for you even if you have type 2 diabetes, are overweight, or have high blood pressure. Term Providers help thousands of people like you who think they can't afford term life insurance. To buy $1 million of affordable term life for you, all you need to do is call Big Lou at 800-511-3535. Lou will make sure the scales are tipped in your favor. Call 800-511-3535. Big Lou will answer your call and work to fit you into a term life policy that you can afford. Remember, Big Lou's like you. He's on meds too. Call 800-511-3535. 800-511-3535.
At the United States Postal Service, we're reinventing our network to help keep your business moving. With new shipping options to deliver better value, greater flexibility to conveniently reach your customers, more confident shipping with new informed delivery features, and new electric vehicles for a cleaner, brighter future. Fast, reliable, perfectly orchestrated. The United States Postal Service, delivering for America. Learn more at USPS.com/moving forward.
The NBA Finals.
Hearts are racing, heads are pounding.
No time to rest. No time to look away.
It's unbelievable.
Because in the finals, everything changes.
Oh, it's good.
Fate collides with destiny. Today's stars become tomorrow's inspirations. And 4 wins turn the end of a season into the start of a legacy. The NBA Finals begin June 1st on ABC.
Without the ones like you, who work tirelessly to keep things running, everything would suddenly stop. Hospitals, factories, schools, and power plants, they all depend on you. No matter the weather, emergency, or time of day, you're the ones who get it done. At Grainger, we're here for you with professional-grade industrial supplies. Count on real-time product availability and fast delivery. Call, clickgrainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Leroy, 71's backed up. What's your 20? Over.
Olivia needs more drivers for her trucking company to go the extra mile.
Got 3 more stops to make.
She wants to hitch a team to drive business forward.
Lots of double nickels on the 169. You know what I'm over? This driver shortage.
Indeed can help her hire great people fast.
I need Indeed.
Indeed you do. We instantly connect you with quality candidates whose resumes on Indeed match your job description. Visit Indeed.com/credit and get $75 towards your first sponsored job. Terms and conditions apply.
This is the NBA on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Jim Basketball back on the AutoZone halftime report. We now pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Western Conference Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. Kesty, in the pregame, Stephen A. Smith pegged Rui Hachimura as his X factor for Game 2. And boy, has he been dead on. A 17-point half, leading all scorers, a perfect 7 of 7 from the floor.
Jimmy's been so good, I forced PJ Carlissimo to look up how to say bench in Japanese. What'd you come up with?
Benchy, but I'm waiting for Rui to come over here so I can ask him if that's the correct pronunciation.
Meanwhile, thank goodness for his 7 for 7 because the shooting percentages have been low, especially for the Lakers at the tail end of the half.
They were shooting 54%, Kesty, with 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. They made 6 of their first 7. Since then, they've been 3 for 15. That's what enabled Denver, despite the fact that they're not shooting very well either. They shot 9 for 25, 36% in the second quarter, but they're back in it for sure. Again, the way you end, sometimes the way you end quarters is so important. When Nikola made that long shot at the end of third the other night, everybody kind of shook their head. When it gets to be the end of the game and it's a one-possession game, every little bit matters. And the shooting right now is really subpar. 40% for the Nuggets, 41% for the Lakers. From the three-point line, 31% from three, 25% from Denver.
Well, the Lakers will take a 5-point lead to the second half, and before the start of the third quarter, let's check in with George Sedano.
Kesty, Rui Hachimura, as you mentioned, has been fantastic for the Lakers on offense, but as you know, going into this game, a lot of chatter about his defense against Nikola Jokic. Well, Jokic has 7 points on Hachimura today. He's 3 of 4 from the field against him. Also has 7 against AD, 2 of 4, and has 2 more points on 1-on-1 shooting against Jared Vanderbilt. So Jokic spreading the wealth on the guys defending him.
As he is wont to do and didn't get done in the fourth quarter in game 1 despite the win.
No help for him. Only 2 players on each team in double figures. LeBron James and Rui for the Lakers, Nikola Jokic and Jamal Murray for the Nuggets. They need help.
The Lakers will open the third quarter. Reed spins off the pass and banks it in from 5 feet away. He needed one to go through after his first half.
They opened the second quarter with the design play for LeBron James and got a layup. So good execution out of the timeout or out of halftime by Darvin Ham's team.
KCP for Denver up to Jamal Murray. As you pointed out, a sluggish first half, 3 for 13. Goes to the baseline up top, Jokic. Shot clock at 10 against Vanderbilt. He gets the start for the third. Got the mismatch. Jokic gets him halfway through the lane, turns and scores.
Well, if you put Vanderbilt on him, there's no mystery. Everybody on the floor knows what's going to happen. It's going to Jokic.
70 pounds he's got on Vanderbilt, who lists at about 210. Lakers lead is 5 in possession. LeBron pass to the right to Reeves. Ball fake, runs right into Porter, no whistle. Now drives great, no luck underneath the basket. They send it outside to Reeves. He's got an open three from the wing, and he connects. Austin Reeves, a hot start to the third quarter.
A page from Steph Curry. He made the pass in the right corner, ran all the way out to the left wing, and got the open three.
Reeves was 3 for 10 at halftime. He's hit his first 2. Lakers by 8. Murray to Jokic, this time against Anthony Davis in the high post. Back out to KCP, drives on Reeves, over to Jokic, into the lane, outside Porter, 3 to shoot. One dribble against LeBron, nowhere to go with one, gives it up with the hand grenade. Jokic puts it up, missed the rim, and it's a shot clock violation.
Michael Porter, A, couldn't get a shot against LeBron James. B, and more importantly, he didn't know the shot clock. Bad play, very bad play.
58-50 Lakers, 90 seconds into the third quarter. It's game 2 of the Western Conference Finals. Nuggets lead 1-0. D'Angelo Russell in the front court has KCP on the left wing. Now to James against Gordon up high. Screens off the defender. Hits Davis the screener, and he knocks down a 14-footer after he too struggled from the field in the half.
They certainly did, 1 for 6, but they've come out. The Lakers executing much better.
10-point lead, Los Angeles. KCP in the corner to Jokic. Great feed to Gordon at the cup for the slam. That's assist number 9 for Jokic. Make it number 6. 6 assists for Jokic to go with 8 rebounds and 18 points. 8-point lead, LA, 60-52. James at the top against Gordon. Now James drives into the lane, bounce pass to Davis. Barely came up with it, traveled, no call. Got a shot, missed it. Jokic grabs the rebound. Nikola front court, lifts it for Gordon. Couldn't get there with AD defending.
Joker should have shot that himself.
James going coast to coast. Layup is good, and the Lakers back in front by 10.
Michael Malone is ready. Both coaches saw how tired their teams got when they burned timeouts early, so they're going to be a little hesitant. But I'll tell you what, this game's getting away from Denver right now.
62-52 Lakers. Porter from the left finds a spot on the wing, goes to Jokic on the three-point line. He'll drive AD into the mid-post, into the lane. AD, a foul and one. He nearly blocked it. Jokic, through the contact, was able to regather and put it in, a chance for 3.
AD's upset with the mistake he made. He brought his hands down. Instead of keeping his hands vertical, he brought them down to almost shoulder level. And so Nikola was able to make contact with his arms.
That is the third personal foul on Anthony Davis. And Nikola Jokic, 20 points in the game, 21 as he converts the three-point play.
Jamal Murray's got to step up. I know he's still under the weather, Tested. He was 1 for 7, 0 for 4 in the second quarter. Jokic needs help.
Dealing with an ear infection is Murray. 7-point Laker lead. James tried to pass it inside. Now goes to Vanderbilt on the baseline right. Puts a shot up. No good, deflected. Jokic comes up with it. Here's Nikola front court to Murray. Stops on the three-point line. No one picks him up. He'll shoot it. He'll miss it, but he'll get the long rebound. Murray looking to deal. Now jab step. Off the bounce. Steps back. 15-footer. Another miss for Murray.
Both short, Kesty. Both of them were short.
3 for 15 for Jamal Murray.
You got to wonder what he's like physically.
D'Angelo Russell with it at the top. Russell free throw line. Falling away. Jumper's good. Timeout called by Michael Malone as the Lakers have a 9-point lead here in Denver early third quarter.
Just as they did starting the first, the Lakers came out and took it to Denver. In the first quarter, Denver responded. So far, other than Nikola Jokic, they have failed to respond.
Timeout at Quiet Ball Arena. 8:25 to go in the third. Lakers 64, Nuggets 55, and you're listening to the Western Conference Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app presented by Indy.
Mike Greenberg, Greeny.
I'm looking at the picture, and there's 2 little babies lying next to each other. They're twins. They look the same, but they don't look that the same. So I said to Hembo, which one is Michelle and which one is the other one? And he said, and I quote, I'm not sure. He then went to his computer to see the picture larger, and he said, and I quote, I'm 60% sure Michelle's the one on the left.
Michelle has a congested tear duct, so she often has a little bit of gunk under her right eye. So both of my
You're telling me that in order to tell your kids from each other, you got to have the eye gunk? I am married to an identical twin. My father was literally the least observant person that ever walked the face of planet Earth. He could tell my wife and her sister apart.
Do either of them have an issue with a tear duct?
None at all. There's no eye gunk involved in any of this.
God's honest truth is that looking at this photo, I would not be willing to bet my life on who it is.
Greeny with Mike Greenberg. Weekday mornings at 10 Eastern on ESPN Radio. Plus, you can watch and listen on the ESPN app. Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max.
Devontae Adams says he does not see eye to eye on the vision for their offense in Vegas. What does this all tell you, Key? Are they headed for a divorce?
I don't think they're headed for a divorce. Too much money involved, at least this year. Maybe next year, maybe the year after, if Josh McDaniels is still around. Devontae Adams knows that, for number one, there's a lot of players in the National Football League that they know their contract, but they don't understand their contract. Devontae Adams is a guy who knows his contract and understands his contract. So he gonna say what he gonna say. He's an all-pro with or without Aaron Rodgers. He's one of the top 2 receivers in the National Football League. Maybe him and Tyreek Hill, depending on who you like. They've got to do what they need to do to put the football in his hands. And right now, like he said, he just don't see eye to eye with that type of style of which they want to run.
GJ and Max, followed by Greeny. Mornings on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Jim Basketball in studio reminding you Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals comes your way tomorrow night. ESPN radio coverage at 8 Eastern. It's the Heat and Celtics. Miami a winner in Game 1, 123-116, outscoring Boston 66-50 in the final 2 quarters, including 46-25 in the third quarter. Most points in a playoff quarter in franchise history. And Kesty PJ touched on Jamal Murray's importance. He and the Joker combined for 65 in Game 1. Murray with 31 tonight, 3 of 15 from the floor in 26 minutes of play.
And right now the Lakers enjoying a 9-point lead. PJ is Darvin Ham negotiating his first Western Conference Finals as a head coach.
I love the move. He does not start Rui Hachimura. He likes him coming off the bench, and the other players step up and respond. 11-7. Jokic needs help. Jamal Murray does not look healthy to me. He's playing way below the level we expect Jamal Murray to normally play at.
Murray's still in the game. We'll bring it across with his Nuggets down 9 points.
4 different Lakers have scored already in the second half.
Caldwell Pope with it, defended tightly by Russell on the three-point line with 9 to shoot. They go to Gordon. He's left alone. He'll shoot the 3 and he'll miss it. Rebounded by Vanderbilt. As he falls down, he gives it up. Anthony Davis said, here you go. Go ahead and shoot it, Mr. Gordon. And Aaron missed. D'Angelo Russell will set the offense. High screen from Davis. Russell nearly slipped. KCP did. Oh, they're going to call an offensive foul on Russell on the push.
He pushed off with his left hand, but boy, that is a tough call.
Let's go to George Sedano.
Guys, in that last huddle, Michael Malone was getting into every single one of his starters, pointed at every single one of them. Are you playing as hard as you can? Are you playing as hard as you can? Repeated it 5 times. Says they're giving up 70% from the field. They're on pace to give up 40 points this quarter. He challenged them and said, guys, this is Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals. What are you waiting for? Back to you, Kesty.
Here's Jokic trying to back down James. Double comes past to Porter. Drives straight in. Floats, put a shot up, no good. Got a late whistle on Reeves. Called for the block foul. And Porter will get himself to the line.
Very fortunate call. Darvin Ham's looking at his assistants. I don't think he would burn a challenge right now. Austin Reeves.
He was set but drifting maybe to the right.
Yeah, his attorney, LeBron James, talking right now. But they're not going to get anywhere. They're trying to bend David Guthrie's ear.
That'll put Michael Porter Jr. at the line for the first time tonight. Got in foul trouble early. Hits the first of 2.
Michael Porter is the most logical guy to step up. You'd expect a little something from KCP, but Michael Porter, with his size and ability to shoot it deep, he's the one. If Jamal Murray cannot get on track, Michael Porter Jr. is going to have to really step up for Michael Malone.
Porter hits both free throws. Denver back within 7. Russell put up a tough shot. Wanted a foul call. Didn't get it. Missed it. Jokic rebound. Joker into the front court. Get a high screen from Gordon. Passes to Porter on the right. Porter drives hard. He's under the basket. He's double covered. James there to cut him off. Knocked away by James. Lakers take over. D'Angelo Russell feeds Vanderbilt. Late pass down low to AD. Hammered from behind by Jokic. And AD will go to the stripe with 7:04 to go here in the third.
D'Angelo Russell's having a tough time getting on track. It seems everything he does hasn't worked out so far. Michael Porter Jr., I like the fact that he drove the ball, Kesty, but he stopped in a bad place. He stopped behind the backboard on the baseline, so he's got the 3-second clock working against him. And while he was looking for somebody to pass it to, LeBron just came in and knocked it out of his hand.
On the other end, Anthony Davis will shoot a pair. First one is up and in. Davis has struggled from the field tonight, 2 of 8, but that's 6 of 6 at the line. He's got 10.
He spends a ton of time on the line. I think Joel Embiid beat him out, and maybe Nikola, but AD spends an awful lot of time on that free throw line.
Where he's 17 for 17 in these Western Conference Finals. Davis' next one is up and in. Lakers 66, Denver 57.
You don't have to catch up right now, Kesty, but they've got to stay in touch. They can't let this thing get too much beyond a 10-point lead by the end of this quarter.
Under 7 minutes to go in the third. Murray, two-man game with Jokic. Pass is tipped by LeBron. Here's a 2-on-0 run out. LeBron James, a slam dunk on the feed from Russell.
Good defensive play by Vanderbilt, I believe. Not a good pass by Jamal Murray.
11-point Los Angeles lead. Remember, Denver is not lost on their home floor here in the postseason. Here's Murray sizing up James. Drives. LeBron cuts him off. Murray spins and scores.
The left hand, pretty well defended by LeBron. Jamal kind of pirouetted and shot the ball with his left hand.
Only 4 for 16 here in game number 2. 12 points.
Comes the LA bench to the table.
Reeves on top. Slings it out to Russell. Great pass. Three-pointer is a miss, though, and rebounded by Jokic. Jokic with AD trailing him into the front court to Porter. Fading to the corner. Three-pointer's good. Michael Porter Jr. with a triple, and the Nuggets are down 6.
The miss by D'Angelo Russell from the three. That ignites the fast break for Denver.
Austin Reeves will get into the front court. He'll call for time. That will allow Darvin Ham to bring in Rui Hachimura off the bench. But the lead for the Lakers, PJ, is down to 6.
6 is fine. 6 is manageable. Stay in touch. That's the Denver mission right now.
5:51 on the clock. Quarter 3, game 2. Lakers 68, Denver Nuggets 62. This is the Western Conference Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Indeed.
Jason Fitz and Harry Douglas are Fitz and Harry.
I'm pretty sure Coach Pop is souped up on sugar right now to be able to have the luxury of coaching this young man and starting another trend with a player that's taken #1 overall. He was the head coach when they drafted Tim Duncan. Now he's still the head coach when they're going to draft Victor Wembanyama, on top of, having draft picks and a lot of cap space to be able to bring guys in.
Fitz and Harry, weekdays at noon Eastern on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
The folks yelling meatball at Max, you aren't the first person to do it. Unless you're on the first hole they're on, when you give them the spicy meatball. Like, hey, okay. You're probably not going to get much of a
reaction.
reaction.
Check out the SV Pod with Scott Van Pelt wherever you get your podcasts.
The NBA playoffs continue on ESPN Radio.
It's back-to-back 30-point triple-doubles in the postseason for Nikola Jokic.
The Denver Nuggets continue to roll, winning Game 1 of the Western Conference Finals at home. How will LeBron, AD, and the Lakers respond? Find out in Game 2 of the Nuggets and Lakers, presented by Indeed. Coverage begins tonight at 8 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on ESPN. You can also listen on the ESPN app and on SiriusXM Channel 80.
Jim Basketball in studio, reminding you full coverage of the conference finals. Reaction from Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max. Weekday morning, 6 to 10 a.m. Eastern, followed by Greeny with Mike Greenberg until noon. Right here on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. Eastern Conference Finals Game 2. Our coverage comes your way 8 Eastern tomorrow night. Heat and Celtics. And Jimmy Butler has surged past both LeBron and Dwayne Wade. Most points through the Heat's first 11 playoff games. 346 in this postseason. Meantime, Kesty, the Joker is creeping towards his 7th triple-double of this postseason. 21 points, 12 rebounds, and 7 assists. It's helped the Nuggets creep within 6 with just under 6 to go, third quarter.
Well, if he gets that 4th straight triple-double, he will tie Wilt Chamberlain in 1967. Get these numbers. In the midst of that 4 straight, Wilt had a 29-point, 36 rebound, 13 assist triple-double. And they didn't count turnovers and blocks back then, but my understanding is they were double digits in both.
Dipper dunk. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Let's check in with George Sedano.
Guys, Darvin Ham behind the Lakers bench is where I was. He was telling his team not to get discouraged. It's a game of runs. LeBron interjected and said, got to close the quarter strong. He also added to his team, when they go to the hole, go strong. Don't look for whistles, Kesty.
Thank you. And PJ, Denver's got to do a better job with the ball. They're back in the game, but turnovers have hurt them.
3 turnovers this quarter already for 6 points. They converted all 3 of them. the Lakers for the game, 10 turnovers for Denver, only 7 for Los Angeles.
Rui Hachimura is in for LeBron James. Rui went 7 for 7 in the first half. Here's Reeves for the Lakers on top. Shot clock dying at 5. Got hit in the face by Bruce Brown. A foul is called. Inadvertent hit to the face. And Brown will pick up his second, and only their second team foul.
It's the third or fourth call, I think correctly, that the officials have made only because of a reaction by a player. They were going to let it play on, and the player just stops and grabs his mouth, and they blow the whistle.
Inbound to Russell. They get a little extra shot clock. Goes under the basket. Pass on top to Reeves. Shows and goes. Drives free throw line. Great pass underneath to Russell, who scores down low. D'Angelo Russell with the basket.
Beautiful look by Austin Reeves, who's so good. When he doesn't have the three, he finds a way to get into the paint.
Got a much better third quarter as Austin Reeves. 70-62, the Lakers. Jokic wants it, gets it, sends it across to Gordon in the corner. Feeds Porter, fading to the left corner. Shot clock at 5. Gordon sees it. Gordon's going to drive, bumps Reeves away, and flushes with 2 hands. Reeves never had a chance.
No, he just overpowered him right there. No question. That was a playoff drive.
6 points. Denver is down 70-64. 4:50 to go in the third. Reeves sends it out in the corner to Schroeder, who's back in the game. Dennis drives high post. Bounce to AD. His jumper misses from 12. Well contested by Jokic.
AD just not sharp yet.
Porter bouncing it to Brown on the perimeter. Inside to Jokic. Turns. Hook shot. No. Davis crashes the boards for the Lakers rebound.
Paul was upset with himself. He got right to the rim and just couldn't finish with that left hand.
Schroeder using the AD screen, gets inside the free throw line and floats it home from 14 feet away.
See, he recognized who he had on him. That's a tough cover for Michael Porter Jr.
LeBron James will check in. Next dead ball for the Lakers, who lead by 8. 72-64. 4 minutes to go in the third. Here's KCP. Free throw line jumper in and out. And Anthony Davis skies for his 8th rebound. Down floor to Reeves. Reeves sets up on the right wing. Hachimura sets a screen. Feeds the rolling Hachimura. Goes in, lays it up and good. He remains perfect here in game 2.
More Lakers have joined the fray than Denver Nuggets. KCP, Bruce Brown, Jamal Murray this half. Where are you?
Down 10 is Denver. Jokic wants to take over against Hachimura. Backs him down. Sends it out to KCP for 3. Splashes it home from straight on.
That's where I am, said KCP.
74-67, the 10-point lead. Knocked down to 7. Here's Schroeder in the lane. Bounce pass. Short jumper missed by Davis. Rebounded by the Joker.
AD shaking his head.
To Porter up floor. Stops, pops from 18. Missed it. Rolls out. Joker with the offensive board. Pass out to the wing. Wide open. Bruce Brown 3 is down. And Denver's within 4. Brown with a sneer for the Lakers bench and a few words as he heads back on defense.
Yeah, he and Malik Beasley were exchanging pleasantries there.
They're on their feet here in Denver. They want to stop. Here's Russell on top. Fakes the shot. KCP gets up on him defensively. 2:40 to go in the third. Russell now will launch a deep one. Missed it. High off the iron. Rebound by Caldwell Pope. Down floor in transition to Brown. Layup is good. They'll count it anyway. AD went for the block, pinned it against the glass. The ball went in anyway. Counted for Brown, and the Denver deficit's down to 2. Timeout called by the Lakers.
Bruce Brown has answered the bell. KCP also, and the Nuggets back in it, and the crowd, maybe as importantly, back in it.
Timeout here at Ball Arena in Denver. Mark Kestisher, PJ Carlissimo with you. George Sedano with us. John Medani, our producer. Al Rosenberg, our engineer. You're listening to Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals on ESPN Radio. The Denver Nuggets took the opener. Remember, Denver nearly blew a 21-point lead in Game 1. Lakers got to within 3. Nuggets held on. And tonight, the Lakers led by as many as 11. Got off to good starts in both the first and third quarters. We were wondering if Denver's offense, where would it come from in addition to Nikola Jokic with a struggling Murray? Bruce Brown, one of the answers.
Well, we just got our answers right there. KCP with a 3. Bruce Brown taking the ball strong to the basket and with the 3 himself. Now it's a little more difficult for the Lakers to set their defense, and you have to worry about people other than Nikola Jokic. They've been able to really focus on the big guy because he hasn't had his accustomed amount of help so far.
Teams break the huddle. Lakers have broken the huddle. Denver still in the huddle. Now we come out of it. Jokic still on the floor. So is Murray. LeBron James still on the floor for Los Angeles. Anthony Davis is on the bench. Rui Hachimura, 8 for 8 here in game 2, has 19 points to lead all Lakers. Jokic is 1 assist shy of a triple-double, 21, 14, and 9 so far in game 2. 2.5 minutes to go, third quarter. The Lakers lead is down to 2. LA will bring it up left to right. Quickly to Hachimura for 3. Wide open. His first miss of the night, and it's rebounded by Denver.
8-0 run still alive for the Nuggets.
Murray spinning into the front court. Schroeder right on him defensively. Joker sets a high screen. Murray gets around him. Stops. Leans in from 14 and connects, and we're all tied at 74.
Maybe the little rest on the bench helped Jamal Murray. He's back in, and he answers immediately.
10 consecutive Denver points to tie game 2. Reeves out on the left wing to James, guarded by KCP at the top. LeBron, ball resting on his left thigh. 6 seconds, they clear the middle. Drives, hangs, got the whistle. Layup no good. LeBron headed to the free throw line.
That is about as nasty a place as you could be. LeBron James has the ball exactly where you shoot the free throw. We call it the nail, one-on-one. As good a defender as KCP is, that is a mismatch.
I think that's one of my favorite basketball descriptions. Think of a basketball court, and you slam that nail right in the middle of the free throw line.
Exactly
right.
right.
Where you shoot the free throws, and where James just untied the game with his first make with one more to come. LeBron, 15 points tonight, 3 for 3 at the line. In his 20th season, his 12th conference final. Second free throw good. Lakers 76, Nuggets 74.
George Sedano told us that last time out, when AD is on the bench, they're going to double Joker, but he hasn't had the ball yet.
Now he's got it. LeBron defends him on top. Over to Bruce Brown, left corner. Pass to the wing. Jeff Green is in. Shot clock at 12. Looking for Joker. Has him. There's the double quick. Passes to Green. Extra pass down low. Brown shot is blocked out of bounds. I think Russell got a hand on that one. Hachimura also came over to defend. 6 to shoot for Denver.
Anthony Davis went to the scores table. No, there he's in. That was a short rest. Both coaches just resting these guys a little bit. Just going to catch your breath, get there for a minute or so, and then get them back in. They did it with Jamal Murray for Denver. They've done it with LeBron and AD for the Lakers.
6 to shoot, inbound to Jokic. Mid-post left, now 4 to shoot. Turns on James, gets a high arcing look. Tough angle, missed it. James taps it out to Reeves. Lakers with 1:20 to go. 2-point lead, 76-74. Fighting through the high altitude here in the Mile High City. And now a whistle out on top on the Schroeder pass to Reeves. He took a shot, and you'll hear the crowd because KCP went up. Did the old Kevin Garnett and made sure it wouldn't go in the basket, knocked it away. That fouls on Green.
I thought it was on Jamal Murray on the screen.
And they're over the limit.
Yeah, but that's the big problem. More free throws.
Anthony Davis will shoot 2 with 1:14 to go here in quarter number 3.
At a time when buckets are hard to come by for both teams, don't do anything and you're on the free throw line.
Davis first on its way and a miss, his first of the Western Conference Finals.
Law of averages, you got to miss one occasionally. But
made his first 18.
Really, really excellent three-point shooter.
Davis, who had 40 points, 10 rebounds in game 1, his third career 40-point playoff game. 2-point lead. Davis one more coming, and he's got it. 77-74 Los Angeles. 1:14 to go in the third. Jamal Murray will let the ball, that's going to die at the opposite free throw line. Now he picks it up, and that'll start the clock. Schroeder waiting for him. Now trying to drive by Schroeder. Drives to the high post. Finds Jeff Green. Corner 3. Bounces halfway down and out. Rebound to LeBron.
LeBron James is now assigned the duty of guarding Nikola Jokic.
Schroeder front court. Under a minute to go in the third. Schroeder against Green. AD with the screen. Schroeder goes to the baseline. Off-balance jumpers. Good for Dennis Schroeder. 15-footer. The Lakers lead by 5.
Talked about other people getting involved. Dennis Schroeder with 2 big buckets here in the third quarter for the Lakers.
All 4 of his points coming here in the third. Murray, high screen from Jokic. Passes to Nikola. Thinks about a 3. Now he'll take it over the outstretched arm of LeBron. Missed it. Ball chased in the corner by the Lakers, and AD has the rebound.
Didn't want to shoot it. He hesitated the first time. Then he did. Chance for the Lakers with a big spurt here. to close the quarter.
They've scored the last 5, 20 seconds to go in the third. Shot clock at 10. Schroeder passes to James on top. He'll square for 3. On its way, missed it. Rebound to the corner. The chase down. Murray saves it in front of the Denver bench, but to AD. 10 seconds to go in the quarter. Schroeder's shot blocked on the perimeter by Bruce Brown. Shot clock's off. 5 seconds to go. Jokic to KCP. Corner 3. Missed it. Tap Jokic is blocked at the end of the third quarter. They're going to count it. They're going to count it. Goaltending call against the Lakers, and Jokic on the tap in. Remember, he had the 3 at the end of the third quarter in game 1. Gets a tap in to close to within 3 at the end of 3 quarters in game 2.
You can challenge when the goaltending is called. I don't know if it's worth it because it's got to be clear cut. That look, it's close.
I don't know if it was at its apex and heading down yet.
Assistants are saying the challenge. Darvin Ham thinking about it. I don't think he's going to waste his challenge right now.
Well, we are through 3 quarters here in Denver. Lakers 79, Denver Nuggets 76. Fourth quarter next. This is the Western Conference Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app presented by Indeed.
Today we decided to walk to school. The light counted. 15, 14, 31, 13. We took a left on Carroll Street. Danny's smart, but he gets distracted. I realized he forgot his homework. I hope he doesn't have another bad day at school.
When you can see learning and attention issues from their side, you can be on their side. That's why there's Understood.org, a free resource for the parents of the 1 in 5 kids with learning and attention issues. Go from misunderstanding to Understood.org. Brought to you by Understood and the Ad Council.
Will they find a home? Sponsored by Geico. Susan has always wanted to live in a chateau. I like a certain je ne sais quoi. While Jake is more into the Cape Cod style home.
It's a classic look.
Compromise is tough, but these two won't have to compromise when they bundle home and car insurance with Geico. It's easy, and they could save even more. In the end, Susan and Jake found a Cape Cod style home where they will only speak French.
Bonjour, je t'aime, merci beaucoup, and cordon bleu.
You'll get better with time. Bundling without compromise at geico.com.
Anywhere fans go to cheer on their team, there are behind-the-scenes MVPs ensuring everything is game day ready. We see you, Joe, fixing seats so every fan can enjoy every game. And Allie, who keeps her stadium running smoothly from the moment the first game starts to the last play of the season. At Grainger, you're our MVPs, and we're always here for you with supplies and solutions for every industry and 24/7 customer support. Call, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Success is picking up extra shifts for your family. Now you want to be the boss. Success is getting your foot in the door. Now you want to take the next step. Success looks different to everyone, and University of Maryland Global Campus can help you reach your goals. For more than 75 years, we've been transforming lives by helping working adults like you expand their skills, move up, or start a new career. And there's never been a better time to get started on your future. Apply to UMGC by May 31st. We'll waive your application fee. An accredited state university, UMGC offers online and hybrid courses for more than 125 undergraduate and graduate degrees and certificates. Take advantage of faster onboarding, success coaches, lifetime career services, and more. Achieving your dreams is more possible than ever before. Choose the program that's right for your career goals and get moving forward. No application fee through May 31st. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate by Chev.
Jim Basketball in the studio, reminding you, Game 2 Eastern Conference Finals. Our coverage comes your way tomorrow night at 8 Eastern. Heat and Celtics. Boston 4-4 at home this postseason, while the other 3 teams are undefeated in these playoffs. Keep this in mind. No team has ever lost 5 home games in a postseason and won an NBA title. The Lakers head to the fourth quarter with a lead with 5 in double figures. LeBron, 16 points, 8 rebounds, 7 assists. The Joker, 1 assist shy of his 7th triple-double with 23, 15, and 9. Kesty?
And we are not going to the fourth quarter just yet, Mr. Basketball, because they went to review. The goaltend was legal, so the 2 points count for the Nuggets, but because of the violation,
the clock stopped
at half a second. So we're going to have a Laker inbound with 0.5 to go in the third. And then we'll have a little break here. We'll keep it here, but we will have some time in between the third and fourth quarter. So they were at the table dealing with Secaucus in the replay center through that whole time out there. Right now, 79-76, Los Angeles leading Denver.
Can't have a much better target to throw a three-quarter court pass to than Anthony Davis. He's standing just to the right of the lane right now.
And a pretty
LeBron
good guy
James,
throwing
who
in,
could have
too.
been a football player had he so chosen.
Well, he wanted a three-quarter court. They're going to put him on the baseline, 94
That's a
feet
scored
away.
basket.
So James, baseline right, 94 feet away. Half a second to go in the third quarter. Lakers lead down to 3. James looking at a baseball pass, still looking, fires one to half-court Schroeder, whips one from 50 feet away, never got high enough to get toward the rim. And now we're through three quarters with Los Angeles leading 79-76.
LeBron's upset with Dennis Schroeder. He ran it out. LeBron wanted him to run a post pattern. He's telling him right now, cut through the middle.
Is Russell Wilson here tonight? I'm looking across
I
the way.
don't
I don't
see Russell.
see him.
He's not in his normal spot.
Maybe he could have offered some insight on that one. The Denver fans may disagree with that, but that's another story. We are through three quarters at Ball Arena in Denver. Lakers trailing the Nuggets in the Western Conference Finals 1-0 and leading here in Game 2, 79-76. Time for our attendance tracker, 19,520. That is well above capacity. Well, actually, no, it's right about capacity. I'm sorry. I thought this was an 18,000-seat building. 19,520. And our attendance tracker has been brought to you by Vivid Seats, where you earn rewards with every purchase. Vivid Seats Rewards is your ticket to more tickets. Vivid Seats, life happens live. Mark Kestisher, PJ Carlissimo, George Sedano with you in Denver.
All the give and take, it only ended up a 2-point advantage for the Nuggets. They cut that 5-point halftime lead down to 3. But again, that should have been their goal. They should be very pleased to be where they are right now. It seems Nikola Jokic has some help. Jamal Murray's guy they'll be really looking for here in the fourth quarter. Finally made a couple of threes, Kesty. 3 for 9 in the quarter for the Denver Nuggets. Denver's primary way of offsetting that free throw advantage that the Lakers enjoy is they usually get a couple more threes, and those sometimes wash out. But transition defense often, those three common things we talked about being important in the beginning, it's kind of been a wash. Right now, it's going to be who's going to step up in the fourth quarter. Clearly anybody's game.
And you mentioned the rebounds as well. Obviously, that was the story in Game 1, and that's a statistical story that's starting to lean toward Denver here at 36-31 and 9 offensive rebounds. That was a sticking point in Game 1 for the Lakers, especially early in the ballgame.
Yeah, it really was. And the more important thing is if they can get a couple more offensive rebounds. They get a couple more offensive rebounds. The other night, it wasn't as much the second chance points. That was a little bit of a difference, but they got 7 more field goal attempts. That was a big difference in the game. So sometimes it's not, well, they got an offensive rebound. What's the big deal? When the game ended up, they had 7 or 8 more opportunities when you combine the offensive rebounds with the turnovers.
Reminder, after tonight, this series shifts to Los Angeles. Either the Lakers have evened it at 1 or Denver will be up 2-0. If they come back, we will have Game 3 of this series Saturday night. From L.A., Sean Kelly will pinch it for me with PJ Carlissimo and George Sedano for Game 3 of that series. Coverage beginning 8 Eastern, 5 o'clock on the West Coast.
Our Lisa Salters, I should say ESPN ABC's TV, Lisa Salters, in her interview with Michael Malone ending the third, Michael told her, yeah, the 10-0 run was good. We're not going to beat them the way we did on Tuesday night by outscoring them. Their defense is too good. If we don't defend better than we have, we're not going to win this game. He's not dreaming about putting 40 points on the board this quarter. He's dreaming about limiting the Los Angeles Lakers, and they really have not been able to do that. Third quarter, it was better, but still, 28-26, that's too many points for the Lakers.
And it'll be 79-76. Lakers lead the Nuggets. Fourth quarter about to get underway. They will start the Lakers with LeBron James on the floor as we check in with George Sedano.
Kesty, the message was simple with Michael Malone and his assistants. Get the ball out of LeBron James's hands, Kesty.
Thank you. And James on the floor setting up with Jokic defending him. Offensive series for Denver out of the fourth quarter break. Here's Bruce Brown at the top of the circle holding. Bouncing it over to the opposite side. Jokic, 17-footer up, rims out, no good, and rebounded by Jared Vanderbilt.
Set play to get the big man a foul line jump shot. It worked, but the shot did not.
Anthony Davis on the bench to open the fourth quarter. Lakers by 3 in possession. Lonnie Walker up high. Swings it over to James. James out on the right wing, out beyond the arc against Murray. He'll go on top to Schroeder, over to Walker. Left angle three's a miss, and Jokic with the rebound.
That sagging man again looks like a zone. I want to see the next possession. Wow.
Jokic tried to lob it down low to Jeff Green, and Walker got into Green before he made the catch for the foul. Foul number 1 on Lonnie Walker. Team foul number 1 against the Lakers. Ball Murray.
Darvin discussing with Brian Forte. I don't think he felt it was as much of a foul.
Porter, catch and shoot, hits a triple from the right off the inbound. It went to Bruce Brown, quickly to Porter, and then triples tied the game at 79.
Well, Stephen A. had the right X factor for the Lakers. Michael Porter Jr. could be the X factor for the Nuggets.
8th tie of game 2. James to the top. James drive. James looks to pass. Finds Walker with 5 to shoot. From the wing, floats it over Jokic and in to untie the game.
Tough shot because Joker got in and had his hands up. That was well contested. Good finish by Lonnie Walker.
Who had a big fourth quarter in the Golden State series. Remember, at 15 points in a win. 81-79 LA. Bruce Brown at the top. Slings it over to the right side. Caught by Jokic. Poked away by James, but picked up by Murray. Shot clock at 5. Offensive foul called against Denver. Jokic called for the loose ball foul by our crew chief, Tony Brothers, turning it over to L.A.
LeBron ended up on the floor with popcorn and, I hope, Coca-Cola all over him. He didn't just fall. He said Joker's adamant that he didn't do anything. I've never seen LeBron get knocked that way. There's a replay. Could you see it? I could not see the hand.
He got hit, but there was a lot of embellishment of contact or of falling for James.
I think even Joker would have trouble knocking LeBron James that far down.
Well, he lives near Hollywood, so.
And he has starred.
I think the man who had his drink knocked away put out his hand to shake hands with LeBron to say it's all good, and LeBron just pulled away and crowd booed. Here's James rising for 3, missed it. Porter rebounds. Early fourth quarter, Nuggets down 2. Jokic goes flying to the deck, hit by Schroeder, no call. Murray's got it on top, using the Jokic screen. Murray dribbles, rises, nowhere to go, has to shoot it, and connects it before he hit the deck.
Double pump with nowhere to go, but he made it work.
Ties the game at 81. James again from the top, pulls for 3, again misses, and Murray rebounds. Now, Jokic and James tangling underneath, and a whistle under the basket. They're going to get James. No, they're going to get Jokic on the foul.
No. They're going to get LeBron James. Has to be.
I saw 1 and a 5 put up. Oh, it's 6. Sorry. LeBron James, the foul. Good call.
The call was by David Guthrie. Looking for the foul totals up on the board. That's only the second one. LeBron and Joker are both very upset.
Off the inbound, Joker with a no-look pass down low, knocked away by AD. Here's Hachimura going deep, drew the foul as he tried to get it to lay it in, couldn't. And he'll shoot the free throws. An aggressive Rui Hachimura that time with 9:38 to go here in the fourth quarter.
Yeah, Nikola Jokic and LeBron James both going a little out of their normal controlled state, trying to do a little more than they can. They're a little upset and they're going at each other, but Nikola Jokic is turning the ball over. It's at least 4 turnovers for the Joker so far.
First free throw for Hachimura is good. That's 20 for Rui, who now has 4 games with 20 or more points off the bench this postseason. That ties for the most ever by a Lakers player in a single postseason. Bob McAdoo
and Mike McGee.
Mike McGee, nice job.
That's going way back.
Both done in 1985, which, by the way, was the year of the Boston Massacre. Remember, the Lakers gave up 148. That was the most points in Game 1 they'd given up since, when they allowed 132 to Denver. Both free throws good for Rui. 83-81 Lakers, 9.5 to go in Game 2.
Both teams getting a little chippy now. The referees, I hate to say this, may have to blow the whistle to get control of it.
Murray rises for 3 and hits one to give Denver the lead. Jamal Murray, struggling all night long, has just put the Nuggets in front. 84-83 Denver. Pass to the wing. Hachimura inside the arc jumper. Misses it. Porter the rebound for Denver. Crossing 9 minutes to go.
2 big Jamal Murray buckets, a double pump and a 3-pointer.
Aaron Gordon will set up out on the right wing. Goes to Porter up top. Flips it to Murray between the circles. Murray takes two defenders. Drives by James underneath the basket. Nowhere to go. Passes it out to the wing. It's Gordon for three. Misses it. Ticks the rim. Saved on the end line by Gordon, but to the Lakers. 5 on 4 if the Lakers hurry. Here's Walker from James. Hits the cutting Hachimura. Flips it up. And an offensive foul as he knocked down Jeff Green.
Smart play by the veteran Jeff Green. Louis had like a 5-foot jump shot, and rather than take it, he initiated the contact.
All kinds of players with their hands on their knees here in altitude in Denver, including Anthony Davis and Lonnie Walker. They put the numbers right in the lane to remind you. 5,280 feet. Mile-high city of Denver. The Nuggets were down as many as 11. They lead by 1, bidding for a 2-0 series lead. Bruce Brown to the left. 8.5 to go to Porter. Catch and shoot three. Off the front of the rim, no good. Russell, nice contest.
And they ran the play for Michael Porter, and it was pretty well defended. Couldn't make a tough jump shot.
Lakers down 1. LeBron James, a long lifting pass to the wing. Anthony Davis has it. Faces up on Gordon. Davis looking to pass perhaps. Now puts it on the deck. Takes two defenders into the mid-post. Turns. Hook shot up off the rim. No. Rebounded by Porter.
Great look by AD, but again, unkind. 2 for 11 so far tonight for Anthony Davis.
Score holding Denver 84, Lakers 83. Murray two-man game with Gordon to the free throw line. Out to the wing. Porter rises for three. Off the front rim. No. Davis was fighting with Gordon that time and grabbed the rebound. Out to LeBron James with 7:40 to go. Stuck at 84-83 Denver. James will pull from three. Missed another. That's 3 times in the quarter.
How about 0 for 6 for the night?
King James scoreless from outside the perimeter, and the Lakers still down 1. 7.5 to go.
0 for 6 from 3-point.
Here's Murray with Schroeder chasing him down to Green on top. Jeff fakes the three, gives to Murray. Murray drives to the free throw line. He's got Davis off the switch, steps back, launches a triple try, and connects! Murray with a three with 7:09 to go. Darvin Ham calls for time, and the Nuggets go up 4, their biggest lead of game 2.
And there's your answer whether Jamal Murray was going to step up in the fourth quarter. He's done just that for the Nuggets.
He has 8 points in this fourth quarter. Jamal Murray had struggled all night long. He's up to 22 points. He was 5 of 17 after 3. He's hit his first 3 shots here in the fourth quarter. You asked who would step up. Jamal Murray, been dealing with an ear infection, playing through it. Only took him 2.5 quarters to get going.
Yeah, it did. I'll tell you what, you could tell he went in. When he made that double pump shot, that got him going, Kesty. That was a really tough bucket where he was well defended and still found a way to make it.
Timeout, 7:09 to go. Denver 87, Lakers 83. You're listening to the Western Conference Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app presented by Indeed.
Friday on Fitz and Harry, we're reacting to Game 2 of the Western Conference Finals, and we'll tell you why the result won't impact the series at all.
Plus, I'll tell you the adjustments Boston needs to make in the East.
Fitz and Harry Friday, noon Eastern on ESPN Radio and watch on the ESPN app.
Coming up Friday, we'll recap Game 2 of the Lakers and the Nuggets and get you ready for Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals. Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max, 6 a.m. Eastern, right here on ESPN Radio, ESPN2, ESPNU.
The SB Pod with Scott Van Pelt.
A quick note to the folks yelling meatball at Max.
Spicy meatball.
You aren't the first person to do it. Okay. So by the time, unless you're on the first hole they're on, when you give them the spicy meatball, like, hey, okay, you're probably not going to get much of a reaction. A new joke on any new thing is probably more likely to get a what's up.
Check out the SB Pod with Scott Van Pelt wherever you get your podcasts.
Chris Canty and Chris Carlin are Canty and Carlin.
I had a horrible minute with the kid outside here. We both were leaving right after the show. I left like 2 minutes behind you. Mm-hmm. I come out of the elevator at the seaport. I open the door, and I'm with 2 of the other guys in the crew. Yeah. We're going out to get lunch, and I'm not looking, and there is a 1-year-old right in front of me that I just bowled over. Really? did not even see the kid. I mean, it's down at my knees. I just opened the door, and the kid is right there. Boom!
See, in that instance, I blame the parent or the caregiver. Why are you having your child stand in front of a door?
The parent was 2 feet away from where we were, and I felt horrible.
Did the child start crying?
Here's the thing, not a peep.
The child probably thought it was funny.
I mean, this kid flopped like Draymond, I'll tell you.
Really? So the kid pulled an issue?
Blocker charge, Carlin.
If it was a Rex Chapman blocker charge, it was absolutely a charge.
Canty and Carlin, weekdays at 3 Eastern on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Jim Basketball in the studio. Kesty, the Lakers have missed 11 straight from beyond the arc, 5 of 25 from three-point range. Big reason why they're down 4 with just over 7 to go, fourth quarter.
AD's having a tough one.
7:09 PJ to go here in the fourth quarter. Denver 87, Lakers 83. LeBron James, PJ, 3 shots in the quarter, all misses from 3, and Murray has 8 points in the fourth.
Probably an indication of fatigue that he's settling for threes, because when he's been able to put the ball on the basket, he's gotten there, and he needs to step up right now because AD's having a tough night. 2 for 11. I would not bet against either of those guys stepping up the way Jamal Murray has.
Right now, Anthony Davis has it in the front court for the Lakers. Jokic defending about 5 feet off. Lobs it for James. Got it poked away from behind by Murray. Turnover. Here comes Denver the other way. Boy, Jamal Murray's been terrific. A three-pointer for Bruce Brown is good. Their fourth triple of the fourth quarter. What a turnaround here in game 2.
They may look at that, Kesty. I'm not sure he didn't have a little tiny bit of his toe on the line.
As of now, it's 90-83 Denver with 6.5 minutes to go. Nuggets bidding for the 2-0 series lead. Russell dribbles, goes to the baseline right to Hachimura. Hachimura drives on Brown underneath, feeds Davis, cutting, who got hammered, throws it up, shot not there. Anthony Davis with 2 free throws coming.
Right now, the difference in the game is the Denver three-point shooting, Kesty. 4 for 7 in this quarter. They've come alive. They have 11 threes made to only 5 for the Lakers, and that Bruce Brown one just stretched the lead even more.
90-83 for the Denver Nuggets. And Anthony Davis at the line for 2 free throws. First one was just off to the left, but it rattles in. Good. One more coming.
How about Jamal Murray with all the shots he's making? How about that defensive play? He saw the lob pass coming to LeBron James, and from the weak side corner, he came in and knocked it away.
He had a big steal at the end of game 1 against LeBron James, and that time a nice shot deflection. Davis at the line, second one, no good, splits the pair. Porter rebounds, 6:20 to go. 90-84, Denver has come back down 11 in game 2.
Lakers confused, they weren't matched up, but they got back where they wanted to be.
Murray out on the right wing. Tried to find Jokic, couldn't. Hachimura defending. Now to Jokic, back out to Murray. Murray backs off against James. 2 to shoot, got a lift. Puts it up, puts it in! Clutch shot, Jamal Murray late in the clock. Murray carrying Denver here in the fourth quarter.
Just like the one he made Tuesday night with the shot clock on his back.
9-point Denver lead, 5:50 to go. Davis tried to find James, and who got the steal? Jamal Murray. Here's Murray into the front court. Murray peels off to the right. Finds the Joker at the free throw line. He's defended by Hachimura. Hand off to Porter behind the screen 3. Top side, and it's straight in. The Nuggets killing the Lakers from the perimeter, and the lead grows to 12 here in game 2 for the Nuggets.
2 big turnovers, Kesty, in the midst of this run. The three-point shooting, absolutely the difference in the game. But think of it, Jamal Murray knocks away the lob, and just there, Jamal Murray steals the pass from AD.
A 29-10 run in the midst. Nikola Jokic goes over for another triple-double. 23, 16, and now 12. His 7th triple-double of the postseason, tying Wilt Chamberlain's record with 5:32 to go. Denver 96, Lakers 84. This is the Western Conference Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app, presented by Indeed.
How are you? My name's Scott Van Pelt, host of SC Pod.
along with my partner in crime, Stanford Steve. What do we talk about mostly on the podcast, Steve?
Sports.
Some.
Parenting.
I feel like that comes up a lot. I feel like most recently I've needed some help because I feel like my shortcomings there are evident. It's life stuff, relatable content.
It's fun.
It's just two bald-headed goons just talking about nonsense a lot in a crowded podcast space. There's that one.
We're here.
Here we are.
The biggest names in sports are on ESPN Radio.
Tyrese Maxey now joining us courtside.
It was a big-time win, man. We let the game kind of slip away from us, but to be resilient like that and everybody make plays down the stretch, that was big time.
Stephen Curry with us here on ESPN Radio.
Honestly, it's hard for a lot of guys on our team because they're capable of contributing, but sometimes the opportunity isn't always there. But the message is stay ready.
Josh Hart is joining us.
6 years I've been waiting to get into the playoffs, man. So I'm not taking it for granted. I'm playing as long as I can, every second I can, and I'm just taking it all in.
Visiting with D'Angelo Russell, I'm a product of my environment. Honestly, I got to brush shoulders with some of the greats and just learned a lot of things from being in their system and their organizations.
Klay Thompson joining us.
I can hear how tired you are, brother.
Oh, PJ, I feel great.
Got another quarter in him.
Great. I don't know about all that.
The biggest names in sports come here. And it all starts weekday mornings with Keyshawn, J. Will, and Max and continues all day. This is ESPN Radio.
I'm Jim Basquiat with the results of the AutoZone in the poll zone question. It was Nikola Jokic who beat out LeBron, AD, and his teammate Jamal Murray, 47% of the vote. The Joker has a 7 triple-double, 4th in a row, 23, 16, and 12 in the zone, brought to you by AutoZone. It's time to say goodnight to that check engine light with the free AutoZone Fix Finder service. It'll help troubleshoot the likely cause of your light for free. Restrictions apply. Get in the zone. AutoZone. But PJ asked for more, and Jamal Murray is giving it to the Nuggets. 12 of his 25, Kesty, here in the fourth quarter.
Thank you, Jim. And a 23-point turnaround from the Lakers up 11 to Denver up 12, 39-16, Denver to take this big lead.
A mighty three-point shot.
Jamal Murray. Perfect 3 for 3 from 3 in the quarter. Now defending LeBron James at the top. 5:20 to go to Reeves on the left. Sidestep to the right. Gets off the triple and connects. Still 5:15 to go in the game. It quiets the crowd momentarily. Lakers within 9, 96-87.
It's time for us to stop referring to Austin Reeves as an undrafted player and just say what he is. One of the better guards in the playoffs right now.
Nikola Jokic offering another triple-double. Hands it off to Murray, who can't miss in the fourth quarter. Another 3. 14 fourth-quarter points for Jamal Murray, including 4 for 4 from distance. 99-87, Denver.
But the execution out of the timeout for Denver.
Here's James driving on Murray, trying to deflect it. Instead, James went high off the glass and in with 4:36 to go.
LBJ, outside shot in that zone. He's going to take it to the rim a few times. But if the spread stays this big, they will need some threes before this one's over.
The Lakers have owned Denver in all the Western Conference Finals they've met. This is the 5th. Nuggets trying to go up 2-0 here at home. Jokic hands it off to the red-hot Jamal Murray. 9 to shoot. Murray chased back by James. Double comes on Murray. Now AD off the switch defense. Finds Jokic with 3. High post to Murray. Let's fly for 3. Got it blocked on the perimeter by Davis. Down 10. Here come the Lakers crossing 4 minutes to go. James drives right by Gordon. Lays it up and in. Los Angeles back with an 8. 3:52 to go.
What a bad turnover. Stepped across the line. It's the basket away from us, but Tony Brothers raised his hand. I did not see who I didn't see. It was Jokic or
Jokic. On the far end of the floor, it's on Porter. That's the turnover.
Terrible, terrible mistake again.
He was about to inbound. Oh, he dribbled as he was lurching forward. The inbound for the Lakers knocked away by Murray. He was getting ready to inbound. He couldn't. The player he wanted was covered. And then as his momentum went forward, he dribbled into the backcourt for the turnover.
A couple of big turnovers like that on Tuesday night. How about a couple of LeBron James baskets, and we're down to 8, and it's Laker ball on the baseline with a lot of time left. 3:52 is an eternity.
Lakers missed 7 of their first 8 shots in the quarter. James has helped bring them back, and he's got the ball with 3:49 to go. Lakers trail 99-91. James holding. Now dribbling. Fires to Davis. He's going to try a corner three and hits it right in front of the Nuggets bench. Anthony Davis was just 4 of 12 from three-point land here in the postseason. Denver timeout, and that AD triple has the Lakers within 5.
2 for 11 from the night. He takes the three and buries it. Terrible, terrible turnover by the Nuggets.
3:37 on the clock. Looked like Denver was rolling up 12 on the big comeback. And here come the Lakers on the comeback trail again. Denver 99, Lakers 94. While we have a timeout, we're going to pause 10 seconds for station identification. This is the Western Conference Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app presented by Indeed. Mark Kestisher, PJ Carlissimo, George Sedano with you from Ball Arena in downtown Denver. Reminder, full conference finals coverage with Keyshawn, Jay, Will, and Max, weekday mornings, 6 to 10 a.m. Eastern, followed by Greeny with Mike Greenberg until noon on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app. PJ, those turnover numbers are mounting for Denver.
Yeah, that Michael Porter one really hurt them, but again, he's not the Lone Ranger. 15 Nugget turnovers have led to 21 Los Angeles Laker points off those turnovers. Lakers not doing so well themselves. 10 led to 14 points, but that's a big discrepancy. And when everything was going their way and they had the game seemingly under control, back-to-back LeBron James baskets and then a costly turnover and an AD sighting. LeBron James and Nikola Jokic having a conversation out there, a little friendlier than when he knocked them down.
Inbound Denver, they'll bring it 94 feet from right to left. Jamal Murray nearly lost the dribble, keeps it against Schroeder. Good pesky defender. Takes him to the right side. Ball in the hands of Jokic outside the high post. Jokic puts it on the deck. Backing down the defender. Tried to hit. Gordon turned it over. Lakers have it. James into the high post. Back to the basket. Outside to Davis. Going to try a topside three. Missed it off the iron. Gordon has the long rebound for Denver.
Tough shot there for AD. How about another turnover, though, for the Nuggets? That one by Nikola Jokic.
Nuggets still up 5. Murray behind the screen from Jokic. Cams another. 16 in the fourth quarter. And Jamal Murray's got 30.
Give me the ball and get out of my way.
101-94 Nuggets. Under 3 minutes to go here in game number 2. Dennis Schroeder dribbling on the arc. Goes to the top. Down to the circle. Finds James. 10 to shoot. Back to Schroeder. Schroeder dribbling in. Going to try to get by Gordon. Tried to pass to AD. It gets intercepted. Here's Murray into the front court. Porter. Bounce to the corner. Brown. Bruce with a three. No good. James rebounds. Poked away by Jokic, but controlled by the Lakers.
Wow.
2.5 minutes to go in Denver. Lakers trailing by 7. Reeves gets inside, flips it up, missed the shot. Tip AD, yes, for Anthony Davis.
Remember what Michael Malone told us. They wouldn't win unless they got stops on defense. For the most part, they've done that, but they don't want to try and win this game by outscoring the Lakers.
101-96 Denver. 5-point lead about to hit. 2 minutes to go in game 2. Jokic straddling the three-point line. Hand to Murray. Murray now using the rescreen from Jokic. Double teamed as Murray. Pass to Jokic. 7 to shoot. Tip of the circle. Handoff Porter. Dribbles inside the arc. Pass tipped by James. High in the air. Shot clock at 1. Turning, firing Jokic. Just missed it, and Reeves has the rebound.
Another last-second pass by Michael Porter.
Here's Anthony Davis driving inside. Got caught up. Tried to pass. Turned it over. Whistle and a foul. Foul's going to be on Anthony Davis, and it goes to Denver's side out of bounds.
Both teams getting a little shaky. I thought that Bruce Brown three was a little quick in the play. Michael Porter, again, he's got to improve his shot awareness. He's had the ball twice tonight with 2 or 1 second on the clock, and he made a pass to a teammate.
Jamal Murray will bring it into the front court. 30 points in the game, 16 in the fourth quarter. Denver by 5. 90 seconds to go. Passes to Jokic. Spins on James. Stripped by James. Jokic gets the loose ball. He's quadruple covered. Puts it up. Missed it. Tapped in the air. Davis rebounds for the Lakers. James is down injured. 4 on 5 the other way. Reeves with it. Looks back at LeBron, who hasn't gotten up. Reeves hand in his face 3. Hits it with 1:06 to go. Lakers within 2. James tying his shoe on the other end.
He banked it in, Kesty. A bank 3 from the wing. by Austin Reeves.
James is up, and he'll defend Gordon. Jokic with it, 55 seconds to go, passes out to Murray. Jamal will drive. Jamal got hit. Jamal's shot no good, and Murray will shoot a pair with 49 and 8/10 seconds to go in game 2.
Doubly important, Kesty. That'll be the first foul in the last 2 minutes for the Lakers. So if there are any more personal fouls, it will be free throws. LBJ walking very hesitantly, but still.
I think he landed on Anthony Davis when he was coming down friendly fire.
Yeah, he looked like he was holding his right knee. I couldn't tell. We shouldn't speculate on what the injury is.
First free throw for Murray is good. Looks like he's trying to shake out the left leg, whether it's the knee or down toward the ankle. 49.8 to go. Crowd hushes in Denver, 102-99 Nuggets.
Huge free throw right now. Chance to make it a 2-possession game.
Murray has 17 of his 31 here in the fourth quarter. Spins the ball in his hands, lets it fly, and hits again.
18 fourth quarter points for Jamal Murray.
32 in game 2, 103-99 Denver. 40. James with it, stopped at the arc, finds Schroeder, passes out to Davis, a corner 3 on its way, no good. Rebound Denver. 3 3-point attempts for Anthony Davis late. He only hit one of them. Backcourt pressure and a foul as Reeves was trying to get in on Bruce Brown with 34 seconds to go in the game. Lakers are in the penalty, and that's going to put Denver at the free throw line with 34.2 on the clock.
Bruce Brown will be the free thrower. I assume it was in the backcourt, and everyone standing up in front of us on the baseline.
34 seconds to go. The Denver Nuggets trailed by as many as 11, and then Jamal Murray, by my count, at his worst field goal percentage, had missed 10 of his first 13, and he has scored 18 fourth quarter points. Jamal Murray, of course, who tore his ACL April 2 years ago, missed out on 2 postseasons, the one in 2021, and then never came back last year, and he's been the big compliment to Nikola Jokic, who has 4 straight triple-doubles in the postseason.
Far from perfect, it never is in an NBA game, particularly a playoff game. But Michael Malone's got to be thrilled with his team's defense in the latter part of the third quarter and in the fourth quarter. They've made Los Angeles really work, which they were not able to do in game 1. They've held the Lakers to 20 points so far here in the fourth quarter when they needed that defense.
The Denver Nuggets, including the postseason, are 41-7 here at home. Trying to hold serve in the thin, mile-high air. Even Jokic is sucking wind right now.
No foul. It was a timeout.
They did get a timeout. You're correct,
timeout.
BJ.
Yep.
So this will be an inbound for the Denver Nuggets. Into Jamal Murray. Dangerous pass. James the steal at half court. 29 seconds to go. James drives, reverse layup, missed. Gordon got in the way, and Denver's got it. And Murray coming up floor is fouled with 24.7 to go.
Jamal Murray threw a wounded duck pass, too much of a lob. LeBron James went like a deer and just went right through and grabbed it, but then he went underneath and tried to reverse the layup. Aaron Gordon, I don't know whether he touched it or not, but did a great job contesting. Can't tell through the backboard, but he did a great job contesting the shot.
James felt the contact on the hand after the reverse, wasn't happy. Murray on the other end of the floor. First of 2 is good. A 19-point fourth quarter for Jamal Murray. 33 points in game 2. Nuggets up 5, chance to make it a full 6-point lead.
Don't think
another free throw.
They'll be using it, but they're sending 2 players long. LA in a fast break set. Austin Reeves in one corner, D'Angelo Russell in the other one. They're going to look to get it down. Denver does have a foul to give, Kesty, if they so choose.
Murray, another free throw on its way, and good. 20 fourth quarter points for Jamal Murray. 6-point Nugget lead. James driving hard, layup good, only used a couple of seconds, 21 seconds to go. 4-point game. Murray busts into the front court. Hachimura reaches in to foul. And Jamal Murray can pad it a little bit more here in the fourth quarter with 19 and 4/10 seconds to go. Jamal Murray, dealing with an ear infection, playing through it. Had 31 points in game one. His postseason averages are always well over his regular season. He's going north of 26 points per game here in these playoffs. And he hits another one, 35 tonight for Jamal Murray.
See, it's not how many, it's when he did it. When the game was on the line, Jamal Murray just took it over. Tell you what, LeBron James with 2 huge buckets to start this quarter, but I have never seen him been unable to finish so many shots at the rim in one game. He had so many opportunities at the rim.
Crowd is cheering. They're showing on the Jumbotron all the Lakers fans leaving as Murray misses the second. 5-point game. Quickly front court, 15 seconds. This is Reeves driving the baseline and scoring as he hits the deck. It's a one-possession game. Murray laying on the deck, so is Reeves. Both helped up with 12.6, and we've got a foul on the play in the backcourt. And that's going to be on the Lakers. And that'll send Denver back to the free throw line with 12.6 to go. Reeves sending Murray to the line in the bonus.
Reeves fouls Murray, on the inbounds play. Jokic did a good thing. He grabbed the ball and inbounded it quickly. Too many times late in the game, team just burns a timeout when they don't need to. Jokic got the ball inbounds, enabling him to keep that timeout.
Murray, another free throw, away and in. 22 fourth quarter points for Jamal Murray and counting. 2-possession game, 12.6 on the clock. One more free throw for Jamal Murray.
LBJ's waiting for the pass on the right hash mark. He wants AD to grab it after it goes through, if it goes through, and hit him near half court.
Free throw good, 23 of his 37 in the fourth quarter. 5-point game. James losing the handle, taken away. Denver's got it. They can run it out with 6 seconds to go. Lakers won't foul. A mile-high comeback in game 2. And the Denver Nuggets have held home court. They've gone up 2-0 in the Western Conference Finals. 108-103 the final over the Los Angeles Lakers.
Unbelievable clutch performance by Jamal Murray. Some sorely needed help when they needed it. Late third quarter, early fourth. Michael Porter, Bruce Brown stepped up with a couple of big threes, but it was all Jamal Murray in the fourth quarter.
37 total points. 23 coming in the fourth quarter. In fact, he scored 23 of Denver's 32 fourth quarter points. The Lakers have dominated Denver over the years. Nikola Jokic with another triple-double. He's standing by with George Sedano.
Nikola, this game was in the mud, basically. You guys were able to come back. How were you able to do it?
Yeah, it's a completely different game than last one. Not so many points, a little bit in the end. Everybody had easy points, but overall, really tough game. Like you said, in the mud, but we found a way to win a game. We had that run at 20-5 or something in the fourth quarter, and we built up the lead, and we won the game.
Defensively, you guys were incredible down the stretch. What was the message about the defense?
I mean, just fight. It's a must-win game for us. Everybody was lucky and everybody was pushing around, so everybody was how it's supposed to be, actually.
Jamal Murray, 37 points, 23 in the fourth quarter. What can you say about your teammate?
Amazing. He won us the game. He got us going. He made some big shots. He made some big free throws. And I don't know. He was special today.
2-0 going to LA. What do you need to clean up to try to continue this momentum?
You know, we just need to play the same way. Play aggressive, play tough, don't back down, and we're going to be fine, I think.
Joker, congratulations. Thank you.
Thank you.
Guys, back to you.
Thanks, George. And Nikola Jokic, 23 points, 17 rebounds, 12 assists, continues an incredible postseason for a two-time MVP. Jamal Murray nearly outscored the Lakers in the fourth quarter. It was 24 to Murray's 23 points as the two stars for the Denver Nuggets come through and lead them to the 2-0 series lead. Incredible.
Yeah, unbelievable performance by him. The three-point shooting, I thought really the difference, Kesty. I mean, Jamal Murray, the difference. But when you look at the stats, 14 threes for the Denver Nuggets at 37%. They made virtually every one down the stretch. The Bruce Brown miss from the left corner is the only one I remember. The only 8 3-point shots for the Lakers. Anthony Davis, by his standards, a quiet night. 4 for 15 didn't make it. He got to the free throw line. He made an enormous three, but it simply came down to finally more Denver Nuggets stepping up and playing well. For a long time, it appeared like it was Nikola Jokic against LeBron James and Rui Hachimura. And then eventually the other players joined the fray. Michael Malone, I guarantee you, all he's going to be talking about is his team's defense finally in the second half.
Yep, defense came alive, and I think the Lakers helped them out a little bit, right? LeBron early in the quarter shot 3 threes that he missed, and AD also took 3 threes late in the
thinking he
fourth.
was fatigued, but yeah, he settled for some threes, no question about that. Turnovers almost bit Denver. Denver was very careless with the ball. 17 turnovers for 21 points. These are two of the better teams in the playoffs and in the regular season in terms of taking care of the ball. Not tonight. Lakers with 12. Lakers did what they always do. They don't foul. They get an advantage. How about that, Kesty? 23 for 26 from the free throw line for the Lakers. Denver 16 for 18, which is exceptional. But again, the Lakers make more than their opponents shoot. Really good job, A, taking care of the ball, and B, with disciplined defense and not fouling.
Meanwhile, of the Denver Nuggets, this is historical, but when they go up 2-0 in a best-of-7 series, they have won all 6 of the previous series. All we've done is home court right now. Denver unbeaten at home. The Lakers unbeaten at home in the
That's all
postseason.
those. That's for us to talk about between the games. That's absolutely meaningless. This is a totally different team. If they want to win this series, they better find a way to go in to crypto.com and find a win there, because you can't rely on your home court and you can't rely on your offense to win games.
So Denver comes back from down 11, and then for the second straight game in 2 games in the Western Conference Finals has to hold off a Lakers comeback. And the Lakers, who've been brilliant since the trade deadline, first time they've lost back-to-back games since the middle of March, the 15th and the 17th. Since then, the Lakers had been 6-0 coming off a loss, winning those games by an average of 21, but blowing the double-digit lead here today.
They do, but they also do go back to Los Angeles knowing, hey, we could have won either of these games. It's not like they were blown out twice or they're intimidated. They can go in and they can hold their heads up and say, hey, we got to take care of business at home. That's what they did.
Jamal Murray, 23 fourth-quarter points, 37 in Game 2. Nuggets have a 2-0 series lead, and we're on to Los Angeles for Game 3 coming up on Saturday at Crypto.com in Los Angeles. Final score from Denver, the Nuggets 108, the Lakers 103. Now for PJ Carlesimo, George Sedano, our producer, John Medani, our engineer, Al Rosenberg. I'm Mark Kestisher. That'll do it from Denver. Let's send it to Jim Basquill in the studio with the postgame show.
All right, Kesty, thanks so much for Jamal Murray. 4th career playoff game with a 20-point fourth quarter, 23 on this night, helping Denver to a 2-0 lead halfway to their first finals appearance in franchise history. The NBA on ESPN Radio has been presented by Indeed. Need to hire? You need Indeed.com/credit. Coming up next on the post-game show, our game flow. Game 2 played a little different than Game 1, but the results the same. This is the Western Conference Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Saturday, ESPN Plus pay-per-view and Top Rank Boxing present the undisputed lightweight champion Devin Haney defends his title against former champ Vasily Lomachenko.
A chess match of elite boxing brilliance.
Haney versus Loma, Saturday at 10 p.m. Eastern. Buy it on ESPNplus.com/PPV.
Mike Greenberg, Greeny.
I saw this happen in an airport yesterday. If you put pineapple on a pizza, you are welcome to enjoy it if you choose to. But just be aware, what you are eating is no longer pizza. That's disgraceful. It's something else entirely, and candidly, you should be ashamed of yourself.
Greeny with Mike Greenberg. Weekday mornings at 10 Eastern on ESPN Radio. Plus, you can watch and listen on the ESPN app. Keyshawn Johnson, Jay Williams, and Max Kellerman.
The fact that you think that all mac and cheese is the same because
I never said
conversation
that.
was around.
Never said that.
You essentially said that, Max. Because
Never.
You said,
I'm not arguing some mac and cheese is way better than others. I'm saying the worst mac and cheese is a soggy noodle with cheese on it. I'll still tear that
I'm
up.
not eating that.
All right, so that's you.
You're saying if you're hungry,
yeah,
and you saw a horrible piece of mac and cheese, and you know it's not going to be good, you'll still eat it.
because not good is relative. Not as good mac and cheese, obviously. Do you think noodles taste good by themselves, yes or no? Because I think, yeah, they're pretty good. They're not the best thing ever. They're pretty good. Do I think melted cheese is good? Yes, I do. You put them together, even if it's all jacked
That's
up
not
compared
mac
to
and
official
cheese,
mac
though.
and cheese, I'll still eat it.
But that's not mac and cheese, man. That's some Velveeta slices put into a damn oven. Nobody's eating that.
GJ and Max, followed by Greeny. Mornings on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
This copyrighted broadcast of the National Basketball Association may not be retransmitted, reproduced, rebroadcast, or otherwise distributed or used in any form without the express written consent of the NBA.
This is the NBA on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app.
Jim Basketball back on the ESPN postgame is showing the heels of the Nuggets 108-103 win over the Los Angeles Lakers to grab a 2-0 lead in the Western Conference Finals, fueled by 37 from Jamal Murray. 23 came in the fourth quarter. Lakers coach Darvin Ham postgame at the podium.
Again, the increments in which we're improving as this series goes on, albeit it's only been 2 games. We did a lot of good things out there tonight. We had some lulls that they were able to take advantage of. Did a great job defensively in the first half, majority of the third, and then, kind of got out of rhythm offensively, and they caught fire. And that combination usually leads to your demise. But, proud of our guys. They bounced back. We addressed a lot of things that we said we were going to try to do better. Still got to be better in transition D. But overall, the energy was there, the effort was there, the urgency was there. We just caught a bad stretch.
In the shooting, Denver was 7 for 25 from 3, but getting good looks in the first 3 quarters. They hit those 5 straight. What's the philosophy in trying to deal with the ball screens there and still think about Jokic?
Can't relax off the ball. They're one of the better off-ball offensive teams in the league. And you cannot relax. They set those back screens, and they're slipping out, and Jokic is giving the handbacks of Green or whoever, Gordon. We just can't relax off the ball. They draw a lot of attention in the half court, and then, they had some other guys step up as well in terms of Michael Porter Jr. So it's Bruce Brown. It's just got to be, again, tighten the screws, continue to extract what we can from these games to help us be in a position to take care of business once we get home to game 3.
Darvin, 2-part question. One, you changed the starting group, put Vando in for Dennis. I guess that was the normal starting group you guys have been going with, but how'd you decide on that? And then second thing was kind of changing the matchups down the stretch where you put LeBron on Jokic, Rui on Jamal, so you could kind of switch their 2-man action. Just that decision as well.
Yeah, just starting Vando, just, inserting some energy and some size and athleticism into the lineup. And then, as you mentioned, that was our starting lineup for the, remainder of the regular season. And the only time it wasn't our starting lineup was game 6 against Golden State. So, and game 1 here. And so getting them back out there, allowing him to, putting a bigger body on Murray, I thought it was effective. And as far as just running different guys at Jokic, we're going to have to guard him by committee. AD does the best job he could possibly do in a one-on-one. But again, even when A is guarding him straight up, our guys off the ball have to have their antennas up, be in a position to help, and then close out effectively, not being undisciplined with their closeouts. But again, your Joker is just one of those guys. You got to change matchups. You got to change coverages. And I won't get into any details about what we plan to do going forward, but that's just the way it is. And in general terms, like he's going to make you work. He's going to make you go in your bag of tricks and try to slow him down.
Yeah, and it's constant adjustments for these coaches in the NBA second season. You heard after game 1, Michael Malone wanted his team to play stronger defense as the Lakers put 126, shaving a 21-point deficit to 3 in the final minutes. Well, he got his wish. Lakers held to 103 points, 8 of 30 shooting from beyond the arc. Michael Malone, postgame.
This is not just coach and player. That's a foul right there. I called it. It might be a flagrant. We're going to send it in for review. But like I love Jamal Murray. This is not just like I'm coaching him. We've been together for 7 years and been through a lot of ups and downs. And to see him back playing at the level he's playing at, the first thought for me is just tremendous pride and just so happy for him, because I saw the dark days coming back from the ACL. So for him to be here playing at the level that he's playing at is just, I'm just so happy for the young man. And he needs to continue to do that. Obviously our goal is not done. We have to win this series, and our goal is to win a championship, and he's going to be a big part of that.
Michael, for all the talk about Jamal's offense, he had 4 steals tonight, and I think the last one was a lob that he batted
Big
away.
play, yeah.
Leads to the Michael Porter Jr. 3 that puts you up 12. How impressive is it to you that even when he's off to a slow start offensively, that he still appears to be engaged on the defensive end?
Well, he was one of our defensive players of the game, to your point, Vinny. 10 boards. He had 13 contested shots tonight. He had 4 steals. But that's what you have to do. Like, there are going to be nights or quarters for Jamal. It could be a quarter, it could be a half, it could be 3 quarters where your shot's not going. But in the playoffs, you can't be a specialist. Specialists don't play in the playoffs. You got to find a way to impact the game. And he did that tonight. And he understands that. And, we all know one thing about Jamal, man. Like, he just has to see one go in. He got a little mid-range pull-up to go in, kind of looked up to the heavens, and that's all he needs. And after that, he's shooting into a hula hoop. So I'm proud of him. But that's the challenge. My challenge to Jamal is don't be just a scorer. He's going to be an all-star in this league. And for him to do that, it's got to be scoring, playmaking, rebounding, defending every single night. And he has that within him.
Well, Jamal had said that he had an ear infection on Saturday. What was he able to do, if at all, last weekend? He
hasn't been able to do a whole lot. It's funny. One of the coaches said, when's the last time you heard of a grown-ass man have an ear infection? Usually that's kids in kindergarten, whatever. But we had a sickness going through the team. And for him to Game 6, Game 1, and Game 2 with the illness that he's had and not having been able to really practice and go through his routine just speaks volumes of how much of a gamer that he is.
When you're able to get Nikola doing his triple-double thing, but then you have Jamal as the finisher, what does that do for this team? How far can you guys go with that?
Well, that's the key to it. Like, one man can't win a championship. I was with LeBron for 5 years in Cleveland. We got close, but you need help. And Nikola has help, and the biggest key, as you know, is that we're healthy this year. The last 2 postseasons, there was no Jamal Murray. Last year, there was no Michael Porter. So Michael Porter, the level he's playing at, the level that Jamal's playing at, Aaron Gordon doing a lot of the dirty work, KCP playing his game, Bruce Brown off the bench has just been outstanding. So we know how great Nikola is, but every great player needs help. And to have a closer like Jamal is definitely something that we cherish.
He had to back that point. Jamal Murray, through the first 3 quarters, 5 of 17 from the floor, had 14 points. Fourth quarter, 6 of 7 field goals, 23 points, 37 in all. Coming up next on the post-game show, how about our game flow? Highlights of how this game played out. This is the Western Conference Finals on ESPN Radio and the ESPN app.
Boston is not dogless.
They've lost their dog. There are missing signs all over, like Massachusetts. Dog missing. Call Brad Stevens if found.
Check out the Dominique Foxworth Show anywhere you get your podcast. Jason Fitz and Harry Douglas are Fitz and Harry.
I'm pretty sure Coach Pop is souped up on sugar right now to be able to have the luxury of coaching this young man and starting another trend with a player that's taken #1 overall. He was the head coach when they drafted Tim Duncan. Now he's still the head coach when they're going to draft Victor Wembanyama, on top of, having draft picks and a lot of cap space to be able to bring guys in.
Fitz and Harry, weekdays at noon Eastern on ESPN Radio and on the ESPN app. The NBA playoffs continue on ESPN Radio.
Around and down! A dagger 3 by Butler.
The Heat storm into Boston and still Game 1. Now the Celtics face a critical Game 2. Will they respond? Or are the Heat taking a 2-0 lead to Miami? Game 2 of the Celtics and Heat, presented by Indeed. Coverage begins tomorrow at 8 Eastern on ESPN Radio. You can also listen on the ESPN app and on SiriusXM Channel 80. ESPN's Zuba Mahenti.
You know, at some point in 2023, India is going to pass China to become the world's most populous country. I'm going to give you a stat. I know sports are full of stats. There are more millennials living in India than there are people living in the United States. And it's really not even that close. The NBA has made huge inroads in India with development academies, but we haven't seen it much in the NFL, MLB, NHL, PGA, or WTA. And with that number of people, almost 400 million millennials, and the success the NBA has had, it would be great to see those other professional sports leagues dip their toe into India, where the talent and the pipeline is definitely there.
ESPN Radio, celebrating and amplifying the stories of Asian American, Pacific Islander, and Asian athletes and sports figures.